Maybe they're cursed with me. Yeah, could be it. Hard to tell. I'm knocking all kinds of shit over. Oh my God. What's happening?
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out.
Damn, still awake.
To the richest buyer, they wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn.
Thumbs down.
Burn away, we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the
That's a good problem to have, John.
anyway to blame. Haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack.
It does not matter what donation link you use. They're all about the exact same.
And we feel betrayed. We were raised.
It's bad. Who's Frank the Turtle? Oh, you mean Franklin? The squish turtle? Oh, yeah, that turtle's dead as fuck, dude. His shit popped out. Which reminds me of a time I saw a guy get backed over by a forklift. Alright, start Facebook. Pause the music. Facebook started. It'll take a second to boot up. It was rough. It wouldn't have been bad. It wouldn't have been as bad. Like, I've seen some fucked up shit before that happened. It wouldn't have been as bad, but if his son wasn't working there. Yeah, it was crazy. All right, give me a second to get Facebook going. Maybe. There it is. Like. Change accounts. Like, share. Like, share. Share now. Go over here. Refresh. Roll the intro. I'm getting quicker.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
I heard, and Bashir said that he had heard from at least 2 separate agencies, government agencies, that he was dead, right? That Mitch McConnell was dead. So that's kind of crazy. What fucking agency would call up the governor and be like, Mitch McConnell's dead, just letting you know, and they be lying? That doesn't make much sense. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I'm Will Bird, this is Cold Beer Confessional. Welcome, welcome. I have a bird update. Now, I didn't make a video out of this because it was fucking raining and thunder and lightning. Almost got hit by lightning today. Hit on the other side of the river. Scared the shit out of me. Anyways, I'm gonna draw you a little picture here, okay? So on the roof of my house, I have these 2 chimneys. We're only gonna be talking about one of them, but there's 2 of them, technically. Oh, go to black. And the chimney looks like this. It's brick. Switch. Stupid. Oh, there we go. All right. Chimney looks like this. Starting to look like a dick, I know. And then this is solid. So that means this looks like this. And this goes down this way. See the back of it. Okay. So this is a pass-through. This would be a hole. This is what I covered up with wood. Oh, let's do this. So when I put the birds, oh, and there's also like a row of bricks right on top. Like that, like a key piece on top. All right. So this is what I had. And then this is obviously a hole, right? That the chimney worked through. And this is all brick. And it's solid, right? And then obviously it's hollow in the center, but this is all brick. Now, yesterday, when I was working with the birds, okay, I took and made this wood. All this solid. Everything I just made. Oh, let's do this. Oh. All that became wood. I stuck a piece of wood on there, and that's where I put the birds, okay? Because we don't use this chimney, right? It's useless to us. Now, I could hear flapping in the actual chimney, like, so I knew that the mama bird was probably in there. And I covered up her escape routes. Like, she couldn't come, which birds can't fly straight up anyways. It's fucking impossible. They're not helicopters. That's what I was arguing with Mariah about. So this morning, I checked my basement, and sure enough, down in the basement, behind the water heater where I scooped those birds out, there's a hole. The bird had come out into my basement. I shoot it outside, okay? Now, when I shoot the bird outside, I saw the bird, the mama bird, fly around this area, up and around, blah, blah, blah. Check on these birds. Even saw her land, like, right here at one point, checking on the birds. But I wasn't just sitting there watching. I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. I'm assuming that she went in there and fucked with them, okay? I guess. Now, you saw the little baby birds, right? They were acting like they couldn't even move. They weren't jumping. They weren't flapping. They weren't nothing. They could barely just move their head. That was it. I think they were fucking with us, okay? And the reason I think they were fucking with us, because today, a little bit after lunch, I went out there and just looked up, and the bird somehow can't fly, right? Can't move, barely hold its head up. A baby bird had went from here. Had went from here where I placed it out, climbed straight up here, and was setting right here. It was just sitting there making noise, and every once in a while it'd move its head. That's how I knew it was a bird. It's really hard to see. They're only about this fucking big, dude. They're so freaking small. If you saw that picture with my finger in it, like, it's pretty small. But how the fuck did it climb? Like, it can't fly. There's no fucking, it doesn't have enough wing to fly. There's not enough feather to fly, right? It looks like a plucked fucking bird, okay? So how the fuck did it climb up there? And I read online that only some breeds of birds can actually pick up their young, and they're usually like bigger birds, and they're able to pick up their offspring. But like this little, whatever the fuck it is, it does not look like it could pick up that baby bird because it's not much bigger, right? So I saw it up here, and I thought, oh, they're going to be fine. It was right here. I was like, they must be playing possum or something. They're going to be fine, okay? Saw the mama flying around, paying attention to them, whatever. They're going to be fine. That's what I thought. So I went to work, did some mowing, almost got struck by lightning, knew there was a storm coming, and I went home. This is probably about 7 p.m. And when I got to the house, of course, I walked over to that side. It's like where my air conditioner unit was. I was looking at my air conditioner unit, whatever. And what did I hear? But one of those fucking babies screaming again. It almost sounds like a fucking mouse or something, like quack, 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 like it's crazy sounding. So I thought, God damn it. So I went out to my, I don't have a ladder that's tall enough. I had to borrow a ladder from the neighbors to even get up there the first time. I didn't want to borrow it again. So I went out to my air conditioner unit, my outside unit, right? Like this. That's got a big fan on top of it. I balanced a ladder on top of the air conditioner unit, climbed the ladder, got all the way up there where I could see, and there was still one bird right here, like one little bird. I saw something moving in there. I'm assuming it was a baby. And the other one's in the fucking gutter. And it's raining. Like barely able to hold its head up. Like the gutters weren't clogged, but there was like obviously debris and shit in them because I haven't cleaned them. And there was like a little bit of standing water, and it's barely keeping its head out of the fucking water. So right now what I've got is so this is the way I've got it set up now. Okay. Here is my air conditioner. AC unit. Okay. Let's see. Side of house. So air conditioner unit sets here. There's like a window over here. There's the gutter. And there's the roof panels. And chimney. Just the bottom of it. Right here. Okay, that's the bottom of the chimney. So I've got the AC unit sitting here with the fan on top of it, right? I've got a ladder leaned up against the house here. It actually comes up a little bit higher. It's right underneath the gutter. It's probably like 6 inches underneath the gutter. And I've got a Downy fabric softener cardboard box that has like, it's like deep is the reason I got it. It's like got deep sides right here. And I put some sticks and some twigs and shit in it. And the bird is right here. That one bird. I think the other bird is still up here in the chimney. But I made it a fucking nest. So I read online that something you can do is, especially if you're like afraid of cats and shit, even if a baby bird falls to the ground, a lot of times the mom will come feed it and just let it fend for itself on the ground. Because if predators come, it like fucking flies away. I don't know what you're saying. So, but I read online, one thing you could do is they said take like a deep-sided strawberry container, you know, little punt strawberry containers, and put sticks and twigs in it and put the bird in there and set it up somewhere where a cat or a possum or something can't get to it, but the mama bird can. She'll hear the baby. She'll come investigate and still feed it and take care of it till it can fly. So I didn't have a strawberry punt container, but I had a Downy box. So I found part of the nest down here. It was like half the nest. I got it. I took it and put it in the box with some straw, with some sticks, and I'll take a picture of it tomorrow and post it for you guys. The reason I wanted the high-sided box though is because this stupid thing, I put it in the chimney in a little like cardboard box that had low sides, and it got out of there and fucking fell down the roof. And then slid all the way. It's a metal roof, so it slid all the way down the roof. That's how it ended up in the gutter, because it's retarded. So now the goal is I'm trying not to go back up to the chimney, because I feel like that one's probably there doing good, and I don't want to disturb it. And if they're building a nest, or if I go up there and the mom's there and she knocks a bunch of shit down. So instead, I've just placed this second one directly below where the other bird is, where their original nest was. It's like within probably 5 feet of it, and it's just underneath the gutter. There's a place for the mama bird to land. There's a little box. There's foliage and shit. I don't know. So the bird's kind of retarded. Yes, that is true. This balancing a ladder on top of the air conditioner, don't do that. That seemed extremely dangerous, but it worked. And I'll take a picture of it tomorrow and see what it's doing, I guess. I don't know what else to say. I could have put the box in the chimney if I would went and got another ladder, like borrowed the neighbor's ladder again. But I feel like if I keep putting it up on the chimney, if that sumbitch falls out again and gets in that gutter and it rains, it's going to drown. It's going to get washed down it's either going to drown where it's at in the standing water when it can't lift its head up anymore, or it's going to get washed down into like my downspout and it's going to drown in there for sure. The ladder's steep enough. I don't think a cat can climb it. It would take an extraordinary effort for a cat to get to it, because there's a bunch of neighborhood cats, and the mom can still get to it. I tried to feed it, but it's like they're too small. You know how I've had baby birds before, and you know how like if you like drag something above them, like near their head, like they all just open their fucking mouth. They're ready to eat. This thing, its eyes are like covered with something. Its eyes are not open. It's almost like they got like a scab over them, right? It's like gray over their eyes. They're not open, and they do not open their mouths. Even when they make a noise, it's like they just barely crack their beak and make a noise. So it's not big enough to eat. I found a worm and like pinched off the tiniest piece I could and like tried dangling it in front of it. I tried dangling half a worm in front of it. I was going to put that tiny piece in its mouth. Couldn't do it. So It wouldn't open its mouth. So here we are. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do we think, chat? Do you think the bird's going to make it? It might not. Oh, well, that's where we're at right now. Bird update 2026. To be fair, I'm not even sure if they're legally here. Okay, they could be bird immigrants. Thank you very much for the donation. I'll go read it. I saw part of it said buy a fucking ladder, so that should be fun. Oh shit, hold on, it's froze. Let me refresh it. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. There it is. Buy a ladder or fucking bird seed, whatever works for you. Thank you very much, Mona. I am trying to save the birds. I feel bad for it, man. Like, we didn't cause anything to do it. I think it just fell down the chimney originally. But still, like, I had a responsibility once it's in the bottom of my fucking chimney, right? I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's somebody else's fucking responsibility. Here's a question I've got for you guys. I did not include this in my video, even though it's in the raw footage. I edited it out. When I was on the roof, I could see into all my neighbors' backyards, okay? All my syringes are filled with heroin. I don't know if birds like heroin or not. I could see into all my neighbors' backyards. I saw a German Shepherd. It looked like a German Shepherd. But it looked like it was shaved and had, like, you know how poodles, they'll like leave that ball, like a round ball on the end of their tail? It looked like it was either shaved or hair had fallen out or something, and it had like a ball on the end of his tail, but it was built like a German Shepherd in a backyard. But the thing was absolutely fucking skin and bones. Like, from my roof and a few yards over, I could count fucking ribs on this dog. Do you think I should call somebody? Like, I was trying to think, the dog looked very old. What if it's just sick and at the end of its life? And if that's true, if I call somebody, they can probably explain that, to them. Like, oh, yeah, it's old. It's at the end of its life. We can't keep, weight on it. But if it's being mistreated, I feel bad. Now, I was going to take a picture and show it to Mariah and see what she thought, but I forgot to take a picture while I was up there. But it looked bad. Like, how a dog is like it's a huge dog, a big dog, like a German Shepherd. You know how, like, a dog is built, like, where its front legs are like here, and then it's got like its chest and like ribs, and then it goes up before its back legs. Its genitals and shit are right here. Like, this part right here. Like, this part right here is probably only like that big around. Like, it's crazy looking how fucking small it is. And you can see every one of its ribs. I don't know. Probably going to have to call tomorrow. See if I get somebody to at least do a wellness check. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't want to get anybody in trouble out of turn. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But it seems like somebody needs to check on it besides me. All right. Let's see what we got to cover tonight. Take this, put that there. That's good. Good. What the fuck is this group? Holy shit. God damn it. I shouldn't be involved in Facebook groups. All right. What we got? I got some stuff pulled up already. Did Bort go live tonight? Were y'all bothering Bort? How'd that work out for you?
Oh, Mitch McConnell's got like 20 more years.
Sir, Lindsey Graham just died.
Oh, get SEAL Team 6.
Why?
Someone's got to break in to clear his browser history. What's up? I'm Tim, and I run the PR team for Lindsey Graham. All right, now his sister is taking over his seat.
How many cocks did her brother have to suck to get that?
Yeah, the first step in taking Lindsay's seat is wiping the cum off of it.
He's definitely in hell. I don't think he's looking up at us, though. He's probably looking back at us, asking if we're going to spit on it first.
It doesn't get better. He went to the University of South Carolina.
That's a great school.
Their mascot's a cock.
Oh, God, what?
Like a rooster named Cocky.
Jesus.
Sir, we found the list of things Lindsay was trying to invade next.
Okay, what is it?
It's every country ending in Stan and a guy named Stan.
Oh, to burn every copy.
I'm on it.
Thank you. Lindsey Graham actually served in the Air Force, which surprised me, because I honestly pegged him for a Navy guy. Well, I guess he would have gotten pegged anywhere he ended up, but...
I mean, there's got to be something good.
But, I mean, it says here that he actively hated lesbians.
No, he just hated Hillary Clinton.
There's no reason to be redundant.
Sir, a school wants to give him an honorary degree.
That's great.
It's a conversion therapy school.
Oh, God.
They want to name the sauna after him.
Oh!
Conversion therapy school.
I'm trying to
honorary degree.
Tombstone. I'm in between I've never met an illegal Canadian, bomb them all, I hate kids, and oh, I'm so bad. Oh, right there. Oh, good God. Oh. It's a tough choice. It's crazy how much he hated Trump and how much he loves him now.
Yeah, he was definitely playing for both teams.
You know, he liked Netanyahu also.
Yeah, they were butt buddies.
Yeah, Lindsay's the reason why they call him Bibi Netanyahu.
Why's that?
Because during a press conference, he slipped and called him baby.
Hey, baby.
Hey, he was just giving Israel defensive weapons.
Yeah, when he's in Tel Aviv, he gives Bibi some Iron Dome.
I don't even think he liked war. I think he just liked a big, strong military man. Lindsay never met a Patriot missile he didn't want to sit on. Just a pass-around party bottom for the military-industrial complex. He voted against gay rights his entire career.
He was scared.
Yeah, he must have been.
Yeah, when he was voting on bills, yay or nay, he didn't want to be on the record saying, yay.
He wanted to keep it taboo, so when he finished, he'd be like, oops, I've been a bad boy.
Okay, guys, enough.
The funeral's tomorrow, and there's no plans yet.
Okay, great. Can you take point on that, Roger? Thank you.
Absolutely. I'll call Israel.
No, call Ukraine first. All right, how'd we do?
Okay, we're gonna need a black guy in the front row.
Will Tim Scott work?
No, I'll see if Ben Carson's available.
We got a band to play it that used to go by the Beatles, but they just changed their name for trademark reasons.
What's their new name?
The Ladybugs.
Yeah, get a...
Ooh.
That's
How about
crazy.
this? How about this, Tim? How about we host it in the place you love the most?
The closet. You ever notice that Lindsey Graham named his animals slave names?
These are my dogs, Kunta and Kinte.
Yeah, Lindsay would be the only slave owner to hand his slaves the whip.
He did not have enough gay friends to tell him you can't do poppers and Viagra at the same time.
You can't do that?
Oh, honey.
Hey, at least he died doing what he loved.
Twinks.
Mitch McConnell's got like 20 more years.
Sir,
Twinks.
Lindsey Graham just died.
Oh, get SEAL Team 6.
Why?
Someone's got to break in to clear his browser history. What's up? I'm Tim, and I run the PR team for Lindsey Graham. All right, now his sister is taking over his seat.
How many cocks did her brother have to suck to get that?
Yeah, the first step in taking Lindsay's seat is wiping the cum off of it.
He's definitely in hell. I don't think he's looking up at us, though.
Damn it, that was fun.
I met a genie in a bottle of Buffalo Trace. He said, boy, oh boy, it's your lucky day. Got 3 golden wishes, just let me tell you the rules. You can't wish for life, you can't wish for death. Love, that makes it 3 requests, so shoot away if it's making sense to you. I said, Genie, oh, listen close. She loved me, then she let me go. Can you give her health and happiness that don't expire? And number 3, to your surprise, can't make it love, but can you make it die? Can you take her off my mind? Take her off my mind.
That wasn't
Hi,
great.
everyone. It's Will from Highlander Political Strategies.
That was rough.
I had an interesting conversation this past week with someone who had run for Congress, let's just say east of the Mississippi. They'd been involved in a primary there, and they had a really interesting question. I should preface this whole thing by saying that they lost their primary, but one of the things that happened that was very interesting, and it confounded them, is that the person, the candidate on the Republican side, the incumbent, who was most likely going to be running against them in a general election, for some reason, this incumbent Republican congressperson had run ads criticizing this person's opponent, but not them. And the question was, hey, Will, this seems kind of weird. Why would a Republican who's not even through the primary, who's a sitting congressperson, why would that person run ads now on social media attacking my primary opponent in the Democratic primary and not me? And I know the answer to this question. I want to explain it to you now. Now, I told this person, your opponent probably isn't going to like the answer that I'm going to give, but it's just a proven fact, guys. This is a tactic that's as old as politics. Most likely, if you're a candidate running in a primary, you're not even to the general election yet, and the opposing party's primary candidate is running an ad against you, then you're the candidate they want to run against. They've done their research, and they deem you as the candidate that they can most likely beat. Okay? So they're running these ads to make it look like they're afraid of you, scared of you, like you might be the strongest opponent, in order to get people in your primary, in this case, Democratic voters in your primary, to vote for you, thinking you're the strongest candidate against them. You come through the primary, and then they get the candidate they want to take a hack at. Now, I know this makes a lot of people angry, but it happens on the Democratic side as well. Some of you might remember here in the state of Missouri, many, many Senate cycles ago, Senator Claire McCaskill was running as an incumbent on the Democratic side of the ticket, and there was a wide open Republican primary going on, and there was one candidate, Todd Akin, that she wanted to run against more than anybody else. Now, I don't know, I can't remember now, it's been a while, if it was the McCaskill campaign or if it was political action committees that ran the ads, but they started pounding Todd Akin with advertisement across the state. The reason they did that is because they wanted to convince the Republican primary electorate that Todd Akin is the candidate she was most scared of. And I can't even begin to tell you guys, they bought it hook, line, and sinker. I mean, like this. They fell for it. They pushed Todd Akin through the Republican primary, and Senator Claire McCaskill tore him up in the general election. Now, before you get all angry, if you're a candidate who's running in a primary and the Republican running against you, or who's most likely going to run against you, is targeting you in ads, before you get upset with me telling you that they deem you as the weaker candidate, know that there are some strategies that work against this. And here at Highlander Political Strategies, we work really hard to get out messaging for you in conjunction with your
Highlander Political. I like this. I like this guy's other channel. The Back 40 or whatever, the talks he does. I'll play this, yeah.
To make the case to refute some of this tactic on the other side of the fence.
He talks about farm issues, basically, blue collar and farm issues.
So if you're interested, just
I guess this is a pitch for his
your campaign staff to make the case to refute some of this tactic on the other side of the fence. So if you're interested, just
by the way, the Republicans can't run on gas prices or no new wars or affordable housing or, you know, anything of substance that people actually want. So instead they're running on the Red Scare, right? Mike Johnson's like, we got these mini Mamdanis. We got to stop them. We gotta, they're going to turn us into communism.
This is not a game. Everybody needs to understand these crazy little mini Mamdanis who are popping up all around the country, they are a danger to you and your family. This is not a game. If they promise you free stuff, there is far more beneath those promises that even some of these people do not understand themselves. And so we are here as the Republican Party to stand on the founding principles of the greatest nation in the history of the world. It is our duty to do that. And we're doing it on behalf of all of you, even the journalists.
How many billionaires are like free stuff from the government, tax breaks, and paying me money and giving me these fucking contracts and free stuff? Oh, no. No way.
You don't agree with our policies all the time. You better agree on these principles, because it's what keeps you free. By the way, it's what keeps the press free, okay?
Trump is actively attacking the press and trying to silence them. He pulled people in, reporters in for a grand jury, in front of a grand jury, because they reported about security flaws in his plane.
You don't agree with our policies all the time. You better agree on these principles, because it's what keeps you free. By the way, it's what keeps the press free, okay? This is essential for your well-being. and your family. This is not a game. This is not our father's Democrat Party. We're not arguing over marginal tax rates anymore. We're arguing over whether or not freedom is going to survive. This is not a game. Everybody needs to understand.
So, again, they can't run on any valid metrics. They've destroyed them all, right? Inflation is not better. Wages aren't rising. Unemployment's not doing great. We are in a bunch of new fucking wars. Healthcare still fucking sucks. Trump RX is a goddamn pipe dream. Everything fucking sucks. So instead, they're like, yeah, everything sucks, but you can't believe those people who say it'll make it better because they're communists. They're mini Mamdanis. Whatever the fuck that means. Even Nick Fuentes is calling their bluff.
They did health care. Under Obama, they did health care. Under Biden, they did an infrastructure bill. Think about this. Think about how much we as Republicans are getting royally fucked. When Democrats get in, they say, how about we give you free health care? How about we forgive your student loans? How about we do an infrastructure law, the Biden infrastructure law? And we're going to give you a tax credit if you buy a solar panel. That's what happens when Democrats get elected. Obama's signature legislation, Obamacare. Biden's signature legislation, Build Back Better, the Biden infrastructure law. We're actually going to build things in America. What happens when Trump gets in office? How about a 10% corporate tax cut and a war with Iran? So Democrats get in, we'll forgive your student loans, we'll take medical debt off your credit report, we'll invest in infrastructure, we're going to give you a big COVID stimulus, we're going to give you health care. Republicans get elected, how about a corporate tax cut? How about a corporate tax cut and a war with Iran? Great. Awesome. Under Obama, they did health care. Under Biden, they did an infrastructure bill.
Damn.
This.
Yeah, as a Republican, you get shit on and told that other people are keeping you from getting whatever the benefits are, right? You get shit on and it's the Mexicans, right? You get shit on, it's the fucking deep state. You get shit on and it's China. Damn. Seems like eventually you'd get something from your vote, but you don't. It's all for the billionaires. What else we got here?
Cut off at 8 months. You're cut off at...
No. I'm cut off at about 20 weeks.
20 weeks. Why 20 weeks?
Because I think 20 weeks, because my definition for what is a human life worth considering is when is there the potential to deploy a conscious experience. Because when we talk about harm or suffering or avoiding harm, we're usually talking about a person that has an experience that knows what it's like to suffer. And that's what we ought to avoid. So fetuses don't seem to have all of the brain parts and the communication between the brain parts in place until around 20 to 24 weeks. So once that happens, once that experience exists, now there's something to speak about that's being harmed. And I would want to avoid harming that thing.
Would you flesh out to its logical conclusion if someone is laid in a vegetative state, do we have the desire to just unplug it?
Yeah, and we do. We do.
Okay, what if someone's asleep?
No, because they still have the potential to deploy consciousness. You can wake them up. You can't wake up a fetus.
What if consciousness is the only way you would cut off?
That's right. Yeah, because that's the way to decide when people are dead is consciousness.
Yeah, I think that's an incoherent position.
Okay.
There we go. We solved it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, at the end of the day, my position can be moved because I'm open to reasonable arguments, but your position is unmovable because you're religious. That's the issue with having any more.
I'm saying my position has been moved multiple times.
No, once it was caught by the religious gravity well, now it's sunk into the religious black hole, and there's no more. It's thought terminating.
Right.
Cut off at 8 months. You're cut off at...
No. I'm cut off at...
The religious thought terminating is it's not allowed ever, never, ever. It's murder.
You're the party of love and acceptance. So why the hell did no liberals stand up for that little boy yesterday?
Dude, it's every person. It's not that they weren't standing up for the boy. It's that they were sitting down for Trump because of how disgusting the tokenization of the little boy was. Because Donald Trump is doing literally every conceivable thing in his fucking power to hurt that little boy and millions of children just like that little boy across America by cutting funding for cancer research, by cutting Medicare, by cutting funding to the Department of Federal Education, which completely wipes out a lot of the funding that is spent on personalized education plans for students with special needs. So when Donald Trump brings an individual up with a special need, that being a particular like brain surgery that he had done, meanwhile, he is actively advocating for children like that little boy to have their quality of life reduced in all of these different ways. It makes him a disgusting man that is tokenizing a little boy. And that is not why, that is why no Democrat stood up. But I bet the little boy had fun, and I think that's pretty cool.
You're the party of love and acceptance. So why the hell did no liberals...
As someone would get obliterated in a debate with Destiny, because Destiny, the reason that Destiny researches this shit. When you get him locked into a debate, the guy will sit down and actually read expert bullshit, fucking like far-fetched, like intergalactic information.
Good evening,
that
Mr.
only
Correct.
he has somehow, right? And he's gonna fucking knowledge check you into oblivion. And Assange's information base is Twitter and Post-it notes.
You know, it's really that simple.
All right, all 5 of us are here. What game are we playing?
Bro, this is Destiny's fucking notes. Bro, this is fucking insane.
Wait, what?
Bro, did not see this.
Yeah, wait, I don't understand.
It's the map of his fucking notes. Like, look at this shit. Bro, you see this? Bro, look at me. Look how many fucking indexes there on this fucking dog shit.
Does he lose debates often, or like never?
I mean, can I like never? As someone would get
President Eisenhower spoke of the dangers of the military-industrial complex. I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America. Extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy. A tech-industrial complex that can pose real dangers. Americans are being buried under an avalanche of misinformation and disinformation, enabling the abuse of power. The free press is crumbling.
And the president's pushing most of it. The president's literally pushing most of the misinformation and disinformation, of course.
Unless you're a billionaire, a religious fundamentalist, or a xenophobic nationalist, voting for Trump was a mistake.
Xenophobic national, like what's the problem with xenophobic nationalism? Don't you think that's better for Americans in general? Like
xenophobic nationalism is better.
We should have a coherent culture. Everyone should be a part of the same culture. We should have assimilation.
Which, do you get to choose what the culture is?
We already have a dominant culture based on European and Christian values and identity.
White European culture.
I mean, that is what America is. It's rooted in European identity and Christian values. That's what it has been. Would you really disagree with that?
No, I think
I saw somebody, he said xenophobic. I saw somebody the other day say, I'm not homophobic. I'm not scared of them. No, you have a strong aversion towards, right? That's the other definition. We don't think that you're scared of them. Maybe you are, but the phobia is not the fear part. It's the strong aversion to.
Actually, the identity of America has been, for better or for worse, a melting pot in that regard.
Yeah, maybe since like the 1960s. Even then, even we had this idea of a melting pot literally means assimilation too. It means melting. It means you're assimilating to the dominant culture. Is that not what melting means? And now instead we're saying there's something wrong with xenophobia.
Culture. No.
Yeah, the definition of the social side of it says extends to intense prejudices, biases, or systemic discrimination rooted in irrational fear, hatred, or aversion to, as seen in terms like homophobic or xenophobic.
I mean, look, I got to be honest with you. Like, you and I have a fundamental disagreement. We will never see eye to eye on this. It's a choice. And people, I think what you're expressing, though, is really what the Trump movement added.
I'm a little stitious.
And I think that's problematic.
I disagree. I don't think Trump's anywhere close to being a Christian nationalist. That's ridiculous.
He's not xenophobic enough for you.
No, Michael Scott. A bunch of H-1Bs. Are you kidding?
Right. Oh, so you want to get them out, too. Yeah. No, I mean, I think you're making my argument for me.
All right. Well, okay. I'm just saying he's not even in here. Okay.
Unless you're a billionaire, a religious fundamentalist, or a xenophobic nationalist, voting for Trump was a mistake.
What's wrong with being a xenophobic nationalist?
Do you think that's better for Americans in general?
Isn't that better?
Democrats, there was a Democrat today that said, let's get rid of the ICE detention centers and put all the pro-Israel people in it. Now, that's pretty extreme. The Democrats are also signing a letter saying we should acknowledge Israel's nuclear program. The Democrats are voting against Trump's war in Iran. The Democrats voted to release the Epstein files. 80% of Democrats oppose Israel right now. There are no boomers, evangelical dispensationalists that worship Trump or worship Israel religiously that are going to hold the Democrats back from criticizing Israel. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite. The older liberals and the younger progressives alike, at the minimum, they don't like Netanyahu. At the most, they don't like Israel that much. And by the way, that is why the table has been set as such. That is why you got people like Randy Fine and Mark Levin and the rest of them. They hate that we're going to the Democrats.
This is actually Thomas Massey lost.
It's Trump
after he lost.
Trump supporters and Israel against the Democrats and the Muslims and the communists and the Chinese and so on. Because they know the Democrats can actually hurt the Israel-controlled GOP. If we lead the charge to break with the GOP, Democrats can get in, and the Democrats are merciless to Republicans. Impeachment, subpoenas, depositions, investigations, you name it, and they will meaningfully hurt the GOP apparatus. It needs to be dealt a crushing blow in the midterms, and in particular to this administration. Trump needs to be made a toxic brand. Everybody around him must suffer as a result of their proximity to him politically. Democrats aren't doing this stuff. Democrats, there was a Democrat today that's...
Let's see. What is this one?
You're not as panicked about the Democratic Party brand in that context.
No, I'm not. Because you know what? You know who's a Democrat? Zora Mom Downey. You know who's a Democrat? Graham Platter. You know who's a Democrat? Abigail Sandberger. You know who's a Democrat? I just can keep going down the list. You know who's a Democrat? AOC. You know who's a Democrat? Bernie Sanders.
It's weird we have all these Democrats right now that all have different beliefs and different levels of, how far this should go and taxes should go to this, pro-Israel, anti-Israel. We have a broad spectrum. And then to be a Republican right now, you just have to support everything Trump does. You cannot be outside of that, right? There is no like average lower third, upper third. You know what I mean? It's just you have to support everything Trump says always.
You know who's a Democrat is James Talrico in Texas. You know who's a Democrat is Everett Becerra in California. You know, I mean, the diversity of the number of people that I just named, but all believe in one thing, is they believe in a constitutional republic. They believe in a democracy. They believe that people should have a fighting chance. They believe that the billionaire class should not be completely in control of all of the policies that we're making. Now, do I think that we need radical change in leadership once those people get into positions of power? Absolutely. We got to break the cycle of us being beholden to the corporate class in this party.
I can't believe that Hunter Biden of all people is the guy who come out of this looking the best.
And and I think that'll happen. But you got to add some of these new voices in there, and I think it'll benefit us all. I have faith that with some truth and reconciliation in 2028, or even beginning in 2026, now in November, that we can not just stem the tide, but I think that the most incredible changes always occur. This is always the case throughout. You need to go through.
Be careful with your back. That's the only one you get this life.
Recovery. I believe that we all need to, as a nation, be in recovery. And in that recovery, what you realize is that all the pain that you went through is all the power that you have now. I think the country can do the same thing. I truly do believe that.
You're not as panicked about the Democratic Party brand in that context.
No, I'm not. Because you know what? You know who's a Democrat? Zoran.
That was a good clip. I like that one. All right, let's go here next. You guys seen the new flock cameras?
You're saying
not the tag readers, not the infrared tag readers. They've got a new cameras that they started rolling out. They called Guardians. They have like a bird name, I think.
You're saying flock does not track people, correct?
Track people, that's right. And the hold their movements like you asked. We're not tracking people.
But what do the Condor cameras do? They
Condor
literally are designed to track.
Flock does not track people.
A person, aren't they?
Not to track a person, no.
This is a flock camera known as a Condor. Unlike the license plate reader camera,
it looks like
you'll notice this
is tracking that guy.
Track the movements of people. Whether it was designed to specifically track a person, you can see right now, in real time, no matter which way I move, the camera.
What's it doing? Not tracking that guy.
Moves with me, and this video is sent.
Impossible.
To the police department
to alert you when it sees human movement, and it will actually acquire and track that person as they walk or people.
When I walked down the path and I moved, the camera followed me.
There's an object detection feature that you can.
It's not tracking people. It's object detection, and the object is detecting as people. Duh.
Set up. It's called Guardian mode that allows the camera to just know if there's movement from a person in the screen. It is not tracking where you're going to go, where you're going to leave, or you're going to start and stop.
These started popping up weeks after hearing Flock say these only record license plates. They don't take pictures of people.
That security researcher, Ben Jordan, found the same Condor camera streaming openly online. No password required.
Tens of thousands of cameras coast to coast.
The brighter areas are where the really high density of flock cameras are.
Clocking cars and people.
We have about 700,000 crimes that we are aware of that are being solved.
A feature that you can't turn off is that it's logging everyone else.
We investigate an immense camera system, its capabilities, and its controversy.
You can see right now, no matter which way I move, the camera moves with me.
Watching The Watchers. Stream now on investigatetv.com.
You're saying
pretty fucking wild, no? They do not track people. Seems like they're tracking me right now.
With the strategies we learned from Madeline and Travis, we decided to put our own skills to the test with an interactive game. All right, here we have two images side by side, the original photo and another manipulated by AI. All right, Tisha, can you spot which one is AI?
I'm thinking maybe the one on the right is AI, because why would you want to take something away? I think you would want to add something to make the picture seem more authentic.
So you're saying right is AI?
I'm saying right is AI.
And left is real. All right, now how about these two?
Yes, I'm looking for something to give it away, and I don't see anything specific. Maybe the one with
whatever. I don't know.
Main Street in Eaton Rapids, Michigan. On a bench at the corner of State and
still looking for it. See if they have any other flock camera ones.
Fuels a fight for change.
They felt like it could have been prevented.
We can.
Where's your crew? You're looking at them. I got a lot of surgeries.
Have you? Broken bones?
Oh, yeah. Timber! It's considered.
The adventures only begin.
We started dating when we were 17.
Wanted to see if they had something else about the
Do you think
Condor camera.
Of course not. I gotta call it reckless. Then I saw the way more changing lane.
This area in Vernon Parish is home to the once endangered.
In 2020, doctors found a tumor.
It's a weird channel.
Gretchen Whitmer joined the NFL's Damar Hamlin to sign a new law.
As AI advances, it's getting harder to keep up.
Just like counterfeit money was illegal when money was invented.
Let's do this. Flock Condor cameras.
I wish this video was fake, but if it's real, this could easily be the end of flock safety. This week we received a video that is most likely a flock camera pointed directly at a pool in a homeowners association. No cars in sight, just families enjoying.
By the way, a lot of these are on unsecured networks. Like people are just figuring out how to type in like an IP address like 192.168.2.4.6 and just log in and watch them.
Their day. And sadly, this is not the first time. Other pictures have been circulating on Reddit of what appears to be another camera also aimed directly at a pool. One's on the X platform that show them on bike paths, and even one's facing children's playgrounds. And it gets scarier. Flock has easily built one of the largest surveillance networks in America.
Yeah, there's a couple of them, Billy.
Cameras. They started as license plate readers on the road.
The guy I keep watching, I'm trying to figure out, it's AI-powered cameras to the internet. We tracked ourselves.
Flock exposed its AI-powered cameras to the internet. We tracked.
This is back over almost a year ago.
I think the craziest one for me was the Peachtree Creek Greenway in Brookhaven, Georgia. There were at least 3 exposed cameras there. So there was a woman walking her dog, and then it would follow her around. And then, I don't know, Sam, do you want to talk about the rollerblader?
Yeah. This guy, we were able to watch him rollerblading up and down this one path. So you could click on one feed, see him come into view. The camera zooms in on him, watches him rollerblade away, like with a friend sometimes. And then you can click on another feed and watch him coming through a different part of the park in almost real time. And then he comes up to the camera, where the pole of the camera is on, stops directly underneath the camera, and the camera has followed him.
Ben Jordan, I think's the guy I've been watching.
At the ground where he's standing, like zooming in on his face and his phone. And he's standing there, stopped on his phone, watching footage of himself that he's been recording rollerblading.
Oh, shit.
AI-powered cameras to the internet.
I didn't know the man himself had commented on this. Holy shit, we got to check out on this. Tim motherfucking Poole has an opinion on people cutting down flock cameras. This has got to be.
That's from
oh, here we go. Amazing.
Flock cameras are getting cut down across Houston day after residents expressed concern. I don't know if they have any photos, but this video has gone viral of a guy using a reciprocating saw and slicing.
The problem is some police officers already misuse. I had a guy on one time that he did a Freedom of Information Act after being targeted by the police. I interviewed him. He still does a show too. I interviewed him, and in his little town, he got into some, basically the police were targeting him for shit because he spoke up during a meeting, town hall meeting, got arrested, thrown out, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he noticed that he kept seeing the police behind him all the time. So he did a Freedom of Information Act, and not only were their emails and lying and deleted emails, he won a bunch of money because they deleted some emails that one guy had, the other guy had deleted on his side, which they're not allowed to do. But like the police had abused their power, and like in 6 months' time had like ran his name like 280 some fucking times through the system to see if they could get him on anything. So we see all the time like police like fucking running their ex-wife's name or like trying to hunt down like an abuse victim, blah, blah, blah. Like obviously bad cops, which they are. But this has got to be, it becomes public data. And if it becomes public data, then people can make requests, and people making requests. Like I don't like them having this data at all. Not to mention the hacking from it. I don't like it at all.
Seeing through. Let's see if we can find some photos. Oh, look at that. We got video right here. Let's pull this up. Look at that. They got no audios. Here we go. Look at that.
Growing distaste for flock cameras is manifesting in Harris County 2 ways. Through public means.
Having flock in Harris County makes us less safe. It puts all our county's residents live.
I'm pro flock camera now. I saw his shirt. I'm pro AI, pro flock camera. I don't trust him.
That shirt?
That's it. DSA anything DSA endorses, I will be against. Anything that they come out against, denounce, I will support. That's it.
He has DSA posture.
He has DSA posture. I'm kidding, by the way. But the crazy thing is, you've seen these stories where innocent people are getting arrested.
You're hilarious.
Because flock cameras are wrongly flagging them. There was a guy driving his car, and the flock camera entered the wrong license plate number because it couldn't read it. He had dealer temporary plates, and it removed 2 of the digits because it couldn't read them. So the cops get this car flagged as stolen, and they pull him over, and he's like, what? There was a woman who got arrested because a flock camera identified her vehicle outside of a porch piracy, and she had proof. Here's what's scary. She had proof she did not steal it. On camera, the cop, she goes, I'll show you the videos. I don't care. It's not my job. Yeah. But it's true. It's not the cop's job. The cop gets told by the office, go issue the summons for the infraction. He doesn't review evidence, so he doesn't care. The machine said arrest this woman. He said, you got it. And even though she could prove, she had, like, that cop should be able to be like, I ain't arresting you, lady. I don't care. There was another lady who got arrested and sent, who was like, she went to jail for 4 months because an AI camera, a facial recognition, wrongly flagged her as a perpetrator. It was like South Dakota, and she did not live there, had never been there, and she gets this warrant. They come to her house, arrest her, and drive her all the way to like South Dakota, where she's held for 4 months. And finally, her lawyer's like, this is not the person. This is insane. And she lost her house, she lost her pets, she lost her job, she lost everything. That's insane.
Well, the Flock CEO is coming out saying all the people who are chopping him down are like Antifa.
He's not wrong. I mean, look, but no, it's true. Yeah. But like, am I going to defend?
It's true. It is Antifa.
No, but I'm not going to defend the DSA either. I mean, look, the fact that the left is so strongly against AI data centers and AI in general, it really is kind of counter to what they've been saying they want forever, right? Like, you don't get the superabundance that capitalism is supposed to create. Like Marx said, the capitalism was going to become so good that it was going to create superabundance, and then we would move to a socialist society. We wouldn't need money because there'd be everybody would have enough for everybody. There would be enough for everybody. Basically, describing the kind of the abundance ideology that a lot of people in the AI industry are known for. And the DSA is totally against it because they say, oh, well, it's going to put people out of work. Well, first of all, I think they're wrong. I don't agree with that. But it doesn't change the fact that actually
AI won't put anybody out of work.
Money society. The things that people need have to be produced somehow. But I think this actually just points to a flaw. Well, not a flaw, but the deception in the left's kind of narrative. Really.
The right wing argument now, when people bring up like the fucking, the right wing's just catering to data centers, letting them do whatever the fuck they want. Not to mention, what's his name? What's the rich guy's name from Shark Tank? That's doing the data center. Kevin O'Leary. Tucker Carlson cornered him and is like, y'all are making tons of money. Why the fuck are taxpayers funding this shit? Listen to how he comes back against this.
Let me ask, though, about why taxpayers should have to pay for this if it's a private business and your tenants are some of the richest companies in the world. Why would taxpayers be required, as they now are, to subsidize this?
They don't necessarily have to do that. They just won't win any contracts. It's a competition.
But why are you getting tax breaks is my question.
Everybody, you go back and you say, what incentives can you give us to invest $15 billion in the first 1.5 gigs? That's what it takes. I have to go raise $15 billion. That's just
okay, but anyone who starts a business, why should taxpayers have to pony up for that?
There we go.
They don't. But
well, of course they do. If you're getting a tax break and they're not, they're making up the difference. There's a state budget.
That's no problem. That's no problem. I can build it in Texas. I can build it in Jacksonville, Mississippi.
So why would taxpayers have to foot the bill? You don't, but you'll never fucking win a contract. So fuck off.
But why, if it's such a good business, would you be asking taxpayers to help pay for it without giving them equity in the company? Are you giving taxpayers shares?
No, the investors get the shares, but here's why they would do it.
Why would the taxpayers have to? I mean, in other words, if you want to start a business, but why am I, as a taxpayer, forced to pay for your business? I don't get it. Let me ask, though, about why taxpayers should have to pay.
The next quote he says is, you don't, but you'll never win a contract.
Let me ask, though, about why taxpayers should have to.
Ah, fuck.
Let me ask, though, about why taxpayers should have to pay for this if it's a private business and your tenants are some of the richest companies in the world. Why would taxpayers be required, as they now are, to subsidize this?
They don't necessarily have to do that. They just won't win any contracts.
There it is. They don't. They just won't win any contracts. So the right's talking point now is when someone complains about data centers, they're like, oh, you're on social media right now, which uses data centers, complaining about data centers. That's clearly not a valid fucking argument, okay? Yes, we are on social media. Yes, it uses data centers. Nowhere near the capacity that fucking AI needs data centers. Holy shit.
Competition.
But why are you getting tax breaks is my question.
Everybody, you go back and you say, what incentives can you give us to invest $15 billion in the first 1.5 gigs? That's what it takes. I have to go raise $15 billion. That's just.
But anyone who starts a business, why should taxpayers have to pony up for that?
They don't. But
by the way, Kevin O'Leary just randomly, he had to apologize. He just came out and said that the two girls that run a nonprofit that are against his data center in Utah, he just claimed that they were funded by China. In May, Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary blamed alleged Chinese Communist Party adjacent actors for an influx of what he characterized as bot-written comments flooding his social media accounts in opposition to his proposal to build one of Utah's largest data centers. Now those accusations may be coming back to bite him. On Wednesday, 2 Utah-based political organizations and their founders brought a defamation lawsuit against O'Leary and Fox News, where he made some of these comments, arguing his characterization of their alleged ties to CCP had caused irreparable reputational harm. In the suit filed in Utah Federal District Court, the Alliance for a Better Utah, I think that's Elevate Strategies, is the one with the 2 girls, and Elevate Strategies alleged the Shark Tank stars' comments caused devastating reputational harm and significant economic losses, severe emotional distress, and ongoing threats to their physical safety. I believe it. Joshua Conter, founder of Alliance for a Better Utah, and Gabrielle Finlayson, a founder of Elevate Strategies, are the named plaintiffs in the suit. They are seeking compensatory damages to be determined at the trial, as well as punitive and exemplary damages in the amount sufficient to punish defendants to deter future misconduct. An attorney for O'Leary, Jeff Neiman, called the lawsuit a cash grab in a statement of fortune and said the organization had used O'Leary's comments as a catalyst to raise funds. In turn, Neiman noted the lawsuit will open the organization to further scrutiny. He had to go somewhere and apologize for calling them that. Maybe
as a guest on the show on May 24th and discuss the ongoing controversy surrounding his planned data center project in Utah. He made certain claims relating to the opponents of his project. Mr. O'Leary has now corrected the record and explained that he has, quote, no evidence that the Alliance for a Better Utah, Josh Cantor.
Yeah, imagine the TVA is going to come take your fucking 100-acre farm that's been in your family's, that your family has possessed for the last 200 fucking years, like you settled it out in the Wild West or some shit. They're going to come flood it and put in a dam. And people are like, pretty fucking smug of you to use electricity to charge your phone and also complain that the power company's taking your home. Like, what the fuck?
Or Taylor Knuth are funded by China or the Chinese Communist Party. Fox News Media is likewise aware of no evidence that they are funded by or acting on the direction or in coordination with Chinese interests in opposing Mr. O'Leary's project. Fox News Media also apologizes for the error. Kevin O'Leary appeared as a guest on this show on May 24th and discussed the ongoing controversy surrounding.
He just knows that he can lie and get away with a lot of it. Elevate Strategies. It's like 2 young girls that run Elevate Strategies. I don't know if that's actually going to bring it up. Oh, that might be it. Actually, 100 followers. 108 followers. And they had to make a post, is the way I found them, saying Kevin O'Leary called us Chinese operatives. I remember there's like just 2 girls sitting in the video. I might not be able to find it, but I'll look. Here's one of the claims. 90% of the protesters.
How are you offsetting these environmental concerns?
Well, I'm actually the only developer of data centers on Earth that graduated from environmental studies. So I'm pretty aware of what these concerns are. They are around air, water use, heat, noise, pollution. So sustainability is at the heart of what we do in terms of all these proposals. We're not just Utah. We have 10,000 acres in Alberta, Canada, with the same concerns. And so we search for the best technology. There's many air-cooled turbines now.
90% of the people protesting this 40,000-acre Utah data center are being bussed in and don't even live in the state.
So you're blending in air-cooled versus water. I mean, there's so many different ways to generate power. We can also put a percentage of the power generation through solar, wind, and batteries, because the battery technology is 10x more efficient than it was just 5 years ago. So that's very helpful because it makes the cost of energy lower. So no one, if you're an environmentalist and you don't care about that stuff, of course you protest, and that's what happens. I noted in, what's happening in Utah right now is we think over 90% of the protesters are actually not people that live in Utah.
What would that even look like, right? Thousands of people show up, and you're telling me over 90% of them were bussed in from other states? That's a massive effort.
Box Elder County, they're being bussed in. And so people who live in Utah aren't stupid. They see this happening and they realize, why am I letting people who don't even live in my state make decisions for me? And I don't think it's going to work out for them. But there are professional protesters that are paid by somebody, I don't know who. And of course,
that's what people say all the time.
Generate this kind of.
In fact, on January 6th, it was TP USA that busts people to the Capitol. Like, they say it about everything that fucking happens. They'll say that every once in a while there'll be a post go around on my local Facebook saying Antifa thugs are in the next town over, and they said they're coming here looking for Trump supporters. Like, just crazy shit. I don't see those two girls I was talking about.
He also just can't help himself but to go on this humiliation ritual where he makes it abundantly clear that he is just actually a stupid imbecile, like a bumbling moron. There's always this perception that if you have as much money as Kevin, you must be smart. But Kevin is doing everything he can to show that that's just not the case.
To stop advancement of technology with the uncertainty it brings has always been a dilemma in capitalism and in America. And it's a fair comment.
But how is this capitalism? If taxpayers are paying for some of it, how is that capitalism? That seems...
I think that's no different than building an apartment building downtown in Austin. You can get incentives for that too, and that's just part of how it works. You can debate
how is that capitalism? How is that free market? If politicians are handing you other people's money to do it, how is that capitalism?
Well, capitalism is built into the Constitution, which I think was genius.
As I said, he's been going on like every platform imaginable, and every time he finds a way to look dumber and dumber. So throughout this interview, he continues to like flounder. He also just can't help himself but to go on this humiliation ritual where he makes it abundantly clear that he is just actually a stupid imbecile, like a bumbling moron. There's always this perception that if you have as much money as Kevin, you must be smart. But Kevin is doing everything he can to show that that's just not the case.
To stop advancement of technology with the...
Fucking idiot, dude. He's in it to make... He's got to say what he's got to say to make money, right? That's what it's about. He needs to make money. He's going to make billions off of it. Taxpayers, the state's never going to see a goddamn dime in taxes. There'll be a big influx of jobs for construction, right? And then it'll disappear.
So why are you protecting? What are you protecting us?
A very emotionally charged meeting as Box Elder County Commissioners moved to approve the Stratos project.
Oh, did I show you this?
So this is a leaked document from a Marsha Blackburn.
So you know how everybody's calling out Marsha Blackburn won't do debates. She won't do town halls. She won't talk to constituents. She won't do any of this shit, right? And when she was asked about this by this reporter, face to face, he asked her several different ways, and all she kept saying is, we talk to Tennesseans every day. We're talking to Tennesseans every day. We're talking to Tennesseans every day. He's like, we do a debate. We're talking to Tennesseans every day. We do a town hall. We're talking to Tennesseans every day. We can set up a debate for you if you'd like. We're talking to Tennessee. That's all she kept saying over and over again. Then remember the elevator wouldn't close? Now a leaked internal document comes out that she did have this last town hall she did, and everybody that spoke there were big supporters, big donors, PAC members, and in some cases, their question was even completely scripted.
Campaign event in East Tennessee. It shows a minute-by-minute breakdown of what was a clearly staged or strictly managed event. When I first got it, I thought, okay, this could just be a really well-run campaign event, aligning with this claim of hers that she is talking to Tennesseans every single day.
We're talking to Tennesseans every single day. Thank you.
But if you look closer, you begin to see that she is not talking to just average Tennesseans. This document came to me blacked out, but the people called on to speak are elected officials or community leaders. They're given a time frame. They're given a topic to discuss. And in one case, there's even a question, a scripted question that the person asked Senator Blackburn. Why are you the best choice to make sure our small towns and communities continue to thrive? So when she's talking about, she talks to Tennesseans every day.
How tough am I going to be on China? Watch this. And she like crushes some fortune cookies. How much do I hate Mexico? Look at this taco shell. She's amazing.
What do those conversations look like? The bottom line is she is the front runner in this campaign.
No, so corporations that big that do data centers like that, they usually have maybe one or two construction companies that they work with that has the ability to build anywhere in the world. And that crew is specialized in it and will come show up in Utah and build it. They will hire local labor, and sometimes they have agreements to where like 10, 20% of the workforce. Like when I was on that windmill job in Iowa, the company I worked for was out of Minnesota. I had just left a job in Corpus Christi, went to Iowa, and we had some type of contract and it had to do with our tax break and blah, blah, blah. We had to have 20% of the staff for the initial phase had to be locals.
Senator, she is a front runner to be governor. How she runs her campaign, how she interacts with people, sheds light on how she might be as governor. And so it is very relevant for us to raise these questions. I know we've done several stories here about ethics complaints and now about this. Not picking on anyone. It's about how are you going to be as governor as voters go to the polls now in early voting. So across the board, from those on both sides of the political spectrum, we hear people saying, please ask questions of those who are in power. Please ask questions of those who are running for office. It is not singling anyone out.
Why won't you sit down and do interviews? We've asked you for interviews multiple times.
We're talking to Tennesseans every day.
We talk to Tennesseans every day.
She just turned down a debate that was offered by News Channel 5 in which
That Monty Fritz guy is fucking crazy too. I've seen some yard signs in my area. Hold on. This guy right here. Monty Fritz believes that all other religions besides his should be banned and should be a requirement for being a U.S. citizen to be his version of Christianity.
Turned down a debate that was offered by News Channel 5 in which she could have.
Oh, yeah, Billy.
Scripted question.
I didn't know that.
So when she's the front runner.
I used to work with a guy, the guy's last name was Renfro, and we would go set up just for extra cash. He has a mobile stage that he rents out to like we've taken it to a bunch of, it's like a trailer that like unfolds. It's two trailers. It's like a trailer unfolds, then all the rigging goes up for your lights and speakers and whatever. But we used to take it on the weekends. Like we'd leave on like a Friday, drop it off somewhere, set it up, and then come back on like a Monday afternoon and pick it up and make $500-600 a piece. But I've been to all kinds of colleges and events and NASCAR races and shit to set it up for performers.
When she's turning down debates.
But it's more like it's like a 2-3 person job. That's it.
She is not doing a lot of interviews. Many people encourage us to go forward and ask questions, and that's what we're doing. So this is a leaked document from a Marsha Blackburn campaign event in East Tennessee. It shows a minute-by-minute breakdown of what was a clearly staged or strictly managed event. When I first got it, I thought, okay, this could just be a really well-run campaign event, aligning with this claim of her.
It's a secret that U.S.
By the way, they didn't let this out either, that she had an ethics probe about using taxpayer funds for her campaign.
Marsha Blackburn's office had kept to itself for almost a year, but that secret can now be revealed. That secret involves a confidential...
I have no idea. They're having some type of argument with themselves, and they're both losing. I don't know.
Ethics investigation of Senator Blackburn's office last year. The investigation focused on whether taxpayer resources have been used to help Senator Blackburn in her political campaigns. What we know is that staff members were interviewed. There was an investigation. What we don't know is what was the outcome of that investigation. When I reached out to Senator Blackburn's office for comment, they responded by first attacking me. Here's the quote. It is laughable that Phil Williams pretends to care about ethics when he and his colleagues continue to prove they are activists desperate to manufacture controversy for clicks rather than...
She just on name recognition, she's probably going to win, right? When people go and look at the ballot and they see this, they see Monty Fritz, who they've probably never heard of, and the rest of the names, like, she's going to win.
And report the facts. Now notice they do not accuse me of being wrong about any...
Oh, and also the R beside her name.
The facts. In fact, the statement goes on to admit exactly what I had discovered. No one takes compliance with Senate ethics rules more seriously than Senator Blackburn, and the Senate Ethics Committee completed its review and resolved this matter with our office's full cooperation. So read between the lines. There was an investigation. The office, in their words, did cooperate and reached a final resolution. We don't know what that resolution is. I asked Senator Blackburn's office to give me the...
He is really good. This is Phil Williams. He does amazing fucking journalism.
Correspondence between their office and the Senate Ethics Committee. They have refused. My
investigative stuff.
A finding of no wrongdoing. They would be more than happy to release that information. The reason this is also relevant right now is that Marsha Blackburn is running for the GOP nomination to be the next governor of Tennessee. So the question is, does how she ran her Senate office affect her potential ability to run the governor's office?
Watch this. Here it is.
How hard am I going to crack down on China? Well, here's a clue.
Marsha Blackburn worked with President Trump to take on communist China. As governor, Marsha will fight to protect Tennessee land from Chinese front companies, close loopholes, and hunt down every communist who tries to defy us.
It doesn't take a fortune cookie to figure it out. Here in Tennessee, we're going to stop communist.
So fortune cookies are not Chinese. If anything, they can be traced back to like a Japanese tradition. But really, the modern iteration was invented in California.
Communist who tries to defy us.
It doesn't take a fortune cookie to figure it out. Here in Tennessee, we're going to stop communist China and protect Tennessee land. How hard am I gonna?
It's not even an issue. Like there is no issue. People pointed out, like, what do you like? There is no big Chinese push to buy Tennessee. What are you talking about?
Guys, we've seen a lot of stupid stuff over the years. We've got a lot of dumb politicians. But I want to show you guys probably the most low IQ ad I've ever seen.
How hard am I gonna crack down on China? Well, here's a clue.
Marsha Blackburn worked with President Trump to take on communist China. As governor.
And you know, she thought like this will be awesome. They'll see me crush, and like if I ever get one about Mexicans, like I'll crush tortilla chips. Maybe I can crush some pancakes and maple syrup about Canadians.
We'll fight to protect Tennessee land from Chinese front companies, close loopholes, and hunt down every communist who tries to defy us.
It doesn't take a fortune cookie to figure it out. Here in Tennessee, we're going to stop communist China and protect Tennessee land.
Oh, that's a true conservative warrior right there. She's cracking.
I think that they can.
That
I think
will be up to voters to decide.
News Channel 5
with Senator Marsha
confronted her about the Chinese stuff, and it was like, do you know something we don't? We haven't heard anything about, like, what are you talking about? Like there's some type of giant land grab from China coming and buying companies and land, and like it doesn't seem to exist. Or do you know something we don't? And she was like, well, we should just keep an eye on it, and I'm going to be tough on China. Like it I don't know. Dolly Parton. That's the zoo. This is the one I was telling you about.
Don't voters have a right to hear you answer some of these questions?
I just had the most awkward interaction with Senator Marsha Blackburn. He's running for governor of Tennessee and refuses to debate her Republican opponents or answer unscripted questions. Local media was invited to an event where she was speaking. We were told she would take questions about the race for governor afterward. That didn't happen. So as she was leaving, I tried to get some answers.
Senator, can we ask you about your run for governor? We were told you were going to answer questions. Can you answer some questions about your run for governor?
I am here on federal time. We were doing a federal event, but thank you very much.
That's a weird response considering we were told she would answer questions. But the good news is the elevator is a key player here, which gave me more time to ask questions.
But we were told you were going to answer some questions. Why don't you have time to talk? Should you talk to the voters about what you plan to do as governor?
And we are every single day.
You're ready to hear that a lot.
Well, you are refusing to debate your Republican opponents. Why won't you debate your Republican opponents?
We're talking to Tennesseans every single day. Every single day.
Do voters have a right to hear from you?
That look made me think I was on the right track. It made me think I needed to keep asking questions and that she was not very happy.
We're talking to individuals every single day, but thank you.
Do you support subsidies for companies like Starbucks?
We're talking to Tennesseans every single day. Thank you.
But do you support subsidies for companies like Starbucks?
Talking to Tennesseans every single day.
Are you uncomfortable talking about issues on this surrounding this campaign? Why won't you sit down and do interviews? We've asked you for interviews multiple times.
We talk to Tennesseans every day.
Why did you change your vote? And
she doesn't do town halls. She doesn't do scripted stuff like her supporters.
The 2020 election.
After an incredibly awkward 1 minute and 24 seconds, the elevator.
This is funny where the elevator won't close.
Finally arrived.
Don't voters have a right to hear you answer some of these questions?
I'm still.
It's like relief to panic.
I think she thought she was in the clear, but clearly the elevator had other plans.
Boop.
Do you plan to do any interviews?
Here's the bottom line. She's running for a major office, governor of the state of Tennessee, and she should be able to answer questions. Time is running out. Early voting starts in less than 3 weeks in the Republican primary. It's important for candidates to answer questions so voters have an idea where they stand on different issues, not just run out the clock in a campaign in the days before a primary. It's a strategy. This is a campaign strategy. She is the front runner, and she does not want to make a mistake, and so she is avoiding debates and interviews.
Don't voters have a right to hear you answer some of these questions?
I think that states ought to implement like a mandatory debate, right? Or the Republican Party, if you want to be the Republican candidate or the Democratic candidate in the Democratic Party, a mandatory debate of whatever the top 6, 5, 3, it doesn't matter. The fact that she can just avoid it like this, not talking to people, not doing debates, not talking to reporters, she's terrified she's going to fuck something up. She's in the lead, she just has to ride it out. You guys want to see the most unhinged debate I've ever seen in my life? Was that the Tomato Festival? Oh, shit.
Good to finally meet you. I've been watching your work it's been like a couple decades. Well, since I was a kid, I've known about you. Been watching your podcast appearances on Joe Rogan. And now you want me deported from my country. So let's start with that. You challenged me to a debate. I think it's important to start with some of the claims you made. Is the audio okay in here, guys? Can you guys hear?
I hear you loud and clear, Sneego.
And there's no echo. Okay, so you want me deported from America for exercising my First Amendment rights. You're making the face, a shock face. This is what you said. You said deport now, and then Elon Musk, the trillionaire African migrant into America who's bringing in tons of H-1B visas. You said, yes, he wants me deported as well.
Well, to be clear, I wasn't.
Oh yeah,
or
struggles.
Iced tea right here in Texas. I was gulping it down. No, I did say that, and Elon agreed with me on that viral post of your viral post. And here's where I stand on that. Obviously, I was saying that more rhetorically because we have separation of church and state in the United States. I've read the Quran twice. It is a battle manual about to take over the world.
So you don't actually want me deported from America?
Well, hold on. Listen? You want to do 3 minutes? And I'll do 3 minutes because we're debating.
Sure. I want to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I mean, here's the deal. Orthodox Islam is expansionist. Orthodox Islam in the Quran promises to take over the world. And we have separation of church and state in this country. And we have people saying every household will be under this. That's not the same as the New Testament saying every knee will bow to God when they finally see God. Okay, so my issue is you're jumping around all crazy doing throat slitting motions. Saying F you, basically, I take it as America, and saying you will go under this. We're going to take your cities. We're going to dominate you. And I've seen thousands of imams say all this. And if you don't convert, we're allowed to take your women and use them as slaves and all the rest of it. It pisses me off when somebody says I'm going to plant my flag up your ass and we're going to dominate you, and then there you are, an American with an American accent saying that. It's even more horrifying to people. It basically starts a war. So I'd love to see a reformation in Islam like we had in Christianity.
I don't know who the fuck Board Gamer's talking to. I have no idea.
Or they would burn them at the stake. Okay, so Islam needs a reformation. I don't want to be at war with Islam, but there are 50 plus Islamic countries. Most of them are 99%
I have no idea.
Muslim countries where Christians can live in peace. Islam is expansionist. That's why
they're having a good time.
It is elitist. It says greater Israel. It sees everybody else as subhuman. at least Ben Gvir and leadership of Israel. And so I'm opposed to Israel and its expansionist supremacist activities. I'm against Islam's expansionist supremacist activities. And I'm against the Chi-Com expansionist activities. I'm against the left's pedophilic Hollywood expansionist dominance, imperial operations. I don't want America to be imperial. I've been against all
that.
Expansionist
That was easy. You're welcome.
I said I think we'll probably just put communists back in. Now they want to overthrow Cuba and put the communists back in. So I'm against all of that.
Clown ass.
Imperialism, not from some leftist angle, but from George Washington's angle of not being involved in foreign entanglements. So that's where I stand on all this. And when somebody declares we're coming for you and we're going to dominate you, I said to Port Piers Morgan back in 2013, it became an actual story whenever he said we're going to take your guns. And I said, if you do, 1776 will commence again. So anybody trying to take my guns, anybody saying I'm going to convert to Islam in all your homes, anybody telling me that they're going to stick their flag up my ass, I'm going to tell them, if you want to fight, you got one. Go ahead.
All right, you said a lot. I mean, what flag? The difference between Israel as an expansionist state is that that's a actual country. I have allegiance to America. This is my country. Said many things, and let's stick to this original claim. You said deport now. Where am I going to go if I be deported?
Well, I mean, there's 50 plus Muslim countries. You could go to Iran, you go to Sudan, you could go to Egypt, you go to Afghanistan, you go to any of those shitholes. You could go to Pakistan. They're marrying 9-year-olds. You could.
Child marriage here in America, but how would I be deported to a country that
you could go to Medina? You go to Medina and 30 black men.
But that's not deportation. That's immigration, like Elon Musk coming over here. How would I be deported to a country that I'm not from? I was born here in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, Sneeko, my point was rhetorical, saying that we need to deport that ideology and we need not
so you don't deport me. You want to deport Islam.
What I'm saying is that jihad and dominance of our culture needs to be opposed at every level. I obviously didn't mean literally put you in a cannon like a clown and shoot you, over to a Muslim country. And I said I meant it as an allegory. You also said that I was trying to get vigilantes to kill you. I said my snake or black widow analogy was not talking about violence, but why I have a phobia of pouring gasoline on myself and lighting myself on fire, or jumping off a 5,000-foot cliff, or playing with black widows in my hand, or playing with rattlesnakes. You have those phobias because it's a natural thing of something your brain recognizes as dangerous.
You're scared of me?
Here's to the next 220. I just saw that, Michaela Robertson.
Populations that keep women as slaves and
you said you want to deport him now. You scared of me?
It's a long streak.
I am scared of being a cuck and laying down to people that declare their superiority and their supremacy over me. And you are following Orthodox Islam and are openly announcing we will dominate you, we will control you. So you follow the Quran, you believe?
Well, let's talk about the clip I said.
Let's be specific about what I said. Chopped off. Which way is it? Is it in the Quran? I pay the tax, I convert to Islam.
You cannot. Alex Jones can't do an actual debate, right? It's mostly just him yelling over people.
It's chopped off. Which one is
it? Doesn't say that. It doesn't say. You said you read the Quran twice. It doesn't say that.
I can show you 1,000 imams reading the hadiths of the Quran. No, there's three things.
The hadiths are not in the Quran. You clearly haven't read it if you think hadiths are in the Quran. So because you don't know about Islam, let's talk
Muslim
about
scholars. You're saying Islam doesn't say you convert or you pay the tax or your head gets cut off.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So let's talk about what I said because you don't know about Islam.
Hey, everybody, take clips of this and then show 50 imams saying it, and then show the hadiths and show the Quran.
Alex, maybe you've seen a lot of Facebook posts and it seems like you're getting a lot of boomer propaganda. Let's be specific about what did I say? Because you just made up a bunch of things I didn't say. You said I'm coming to stick a flag up your butt. I'm here to dominate. I didn't say any of that. What did I say?
You said we're going to take over every house. We're going to take over the cities.
I said, in Christian language, something similar. I don't know what type of Christianity you are. Every knee will bow, every tongue confess. I said, inshallah, the whole world becomes Muslim. I believe I have the truth. I want goodness for the world. I want you to have the truth. Christians want other people to become Christian too. Why should I hide? Why should I act like I don't want goodness for other people? Of course, inshallah, do you know what this means? If you know, you read the Quran. What is inshallah? God willing. So it's not up to me. It's not up to any force. It's not up to anybody forcing you and converting you with a sword and threatening.
Oh, yeah, Islam.
That's the clip that Bort shared of him saying, inshallah, coming to a city near you. God willing, this will be coming to a city. The same way that Christians say, oh, we got to spread the word.
Hey, Muslims always bitch about the Crusades.
But it's Sneeko. Like everything is just fucking performative. You know what I mean? Bort has no idea.
Response to 700 years of Muslim invasion. Did the Muslims take Spain and put over 2 million women into slavery?
Well, if you want to talk about Christian expansion, we can too. But in the Quran, it says that you don't force anybody to convert. People willingly accept Islam. Nobody is trying to spread it by the sword. I want people to hear the truth and accept it. That's why I say, inshallah.
Convert, pay the tax, or have your head cut off. Convert, pay the tax, or have your head cut off.
You don't know about Islam, so you should avoid this stuff. And let's talk about what I said.
You're hoping people don't know. I do know. You didn't think I knew what inshallah meant. I know what all that means.
Yeah, but you said that I'm here trying to force it and stick a flag up your butt. I didn't say any of this stuff.
Dude, you were going, fuck you to the camera. You were sitting there.
You want to know why I said this?
Whose throat you going to slit? You're like, fuck you, we're taking over.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Like what the Muslim invaders
were taking over
on their Zodiac boats with Soros.
What's the Muslim population in America?
And then you got the 200-to-1 Muslims raping and stabbing and murdering people all over Europe and running over people.
200-to-1. Even according to Tommy Robinson on the Epstein list, the majority of pedophiles in the UK are white Christians. It's not even the Pakistanis.
There are no doubt there are a bunch of in the UK.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt that
according to Tommy Robinson, it's predominantly white people.
And pick the little girls up and put them in dog cages.
Okay, before we get all heated, let's talk about what I said. Okay, there's a lot of things, and you're spreading a lot of. It seems like you don't really know about Islam. What I said was God.
Okay, see, that's a throwaway line. That's just saying, oh, looks like you don't know. You're like, what does inshallah mean? You sit there, and what we're going to do with this is, Sneeko, is we're going to.
It breaks down pretty quick.
Show the hadiths. We're going to show the imam.
Absolutely.
Top one
show
on international Islamic TV.
Read the Quran.
Saying
read the Quran.
You convert, you pay the tax, or we cut your head off.
Okay. Sure. there's two things here. So you're afraid of an Islamic takeover of America, right? And you're saying the thing I said, F you. Do you know that I was banned from Australia? The game that I was at, you said this was an Allahu Akbar rally. This was a World Cup game. Egypt was playing Australia. Egypt beat Australia. I'm happy. Australia banned me. Do you want to know why, Alex? Similar things that happened to you. Attacks. Australia banned me. They said I was too anti-Semitic and I was too critical of Israel. They listed a bunch of reasons in an email saying that I criticize and that I'm anti-Semitic, and they revoked my visa. So when Egypt beat Australia, I'm like, no. It's too bad because the government applied pressure. The news was all upset. And I have a personal vendetta with that. That's what that was about. I wasn't here trying to threaten you. If you were scared, that wasn't my intention. I wasn't trying to scare you. Second, if you think there's an Islamic takeover of America, what is the majority of the immigration coming in? Because you spend your career talking about globalism. What's the percentage and where is the majority of the immigration in America coming from? Do you know, Alex?
Let me tell you, it's coming from Latin America, and then it is coming from Asia, it's coming from Africa, it's coming from the Middle East, it's coming from India.
The majority is coming from India, from China, and from the southern Mexican border. India is predominantly Hindu, China is predominantly atheist, and Mexico predominantly Catholic. So if you're afraid of immigration and you want to protect your demographic, then the Catholic invasion coming in from Mexico, that should be your concern. Muslims make up 1.3% of the American population. There's no takeover. Nobody's here trying to usher in Sharia law.
Convert to Catholicism. You know, India was 3 times the size it is 1,000 years ago, and it was Buddhist and Hindu. Now the biggest subgroup is, and you've got Kashmir and all those areas. And Pakistan used to be India. The Muslims take over everywhere they end up. The Quran is a battle manual how to take over towns, get violent, run everybody out, take over the next town. You deny that.
You're avoiding the real question. Is there a real threat of Islam?
So I'm going to ask you again. You didn't answer my question. I answered yours. Were the Crusades a response to 700 years of Muslim invasions of Europe?
It was conquest back and forth between different empires.
No, it wasn't conquest back and forth. The Eastern Empire of Rome, Constantinople, fell, 600 years ago or whatever. That was Muslims with giant cannons that they bought from Eastern Europe.
This is a false equivalency. There's no caliphate right now. There's no Muslim. What Muslim empire is going to take over America? Where's the caliphate today? Where's the Ottomans? It doesn't exist. You're saying they're going to stick what flag are they going to stick up your butt?
My family background is Protestants, okay?
Okay.
So on my mom's side of the family, the Greshams, who went back to England and then ventured the stock exchange, a bunch of other stuff, but they were Christians that came over here and then they owned a bunch of stuff and were rich in New York. And they met with Andrew Jackson when he was president down at the Hermitage in Tennessee.
All right.
And he said,
by the way, Bohr only showed the clip because Alex Jones showed the clip.
I want Western expansion, be after I'm out of office. And he said, I want you to, because you're
right. Christians are terrified that some other religion, currently it's Muslims, that Muslims will have enough representation to where they can act like Christians do right now. That's exactly right. Christians know that they fucking rule the roost. They fucking do this. They've got their politicians. They've got this. They've got their sanctity. Nobody can touch them while they claim they're being persecuted, right? And that's like another group, another Semitic group, if you will. I claim they're being persecuted while they actually control everything, and they're terrified that another group will have that same power.
volunteering. I want the Gresham family to sell your holdings, bring in, they accepted the plan that they came up with. My ancestors engineered the Texas Revolution. Took them 10 years. They came in with 2 ships at Galveston, had shootouts with the Jesuit priests. A bunch of people got killed. One of the ships got taken. The other ship got in. They went up the river to Washington on the Brazos, started bringing in Protestants out of Tennessee, Alabama, and Virginia. Took them 10 years to set up the operations. And then we basically started a fight with their dictator, Santa Anna, a decade later and launched the war. So that's what these Islamists are too, is they're coming in as the foot soldiers to prepare the way for the takeover. And the government of Islam is Sharia law.
The government
and they're
of Islam.
pushing their Sharia law.
Which government?
Sharia law just means the law. So the law.
That is the governing system with the Shiites and particularly the Wahhabis. That is 80% of
Those are
Islam.
completely different. Wahhabis and Shiites have nothing.
That's what I just said. The Shiites are
government-
19%.
Attack on Christmas, attack on Christians, attack on Jesus. Christ is king. They're coming after us.
The Shiites are 19%.
You think Iran is trying to take over America?
The Wahhabi Sunnis are 79%, and then the rest 2% is Alawites and a few other groups. I know all that.
Okay, where is that happening? Where is that spreading in America?
In other groups of Islam. What I'm saying is, in both major branches of Islam, but particularly in Wahhabist, it is the Sharia law down to the local imam that is the governing system of Islam. So is Iran. It is the Islamic Republic. Rulership is through Sharia.
What is Sharia law? What is Sharia? What does that mean?
Sharia law is the governing system of Islamic control
what does Sharia
of the
mean?
3 forms of jihad.
What does Sharia mean?
Sharia is the Islamic law.
It means law. Sharia means law.
What I just said.
In Sharia law, if you're a Muslim
You
and
keep
you
trying to act like I don't know about Islam. I know all about it.
First off, let me explain.
I nailed every one of your little factoids.
No, you didn't, because Sharia means law. And
I said it's the Islamic law. You just said, Sneeko, when I said it's Islamic law, then I'm wrong. It's bullshit.
Okay, relax, Alex. We're just getting started. Sharia means law. Under Sharia, Muslims are supposed to follow the law.
You have a stroke.
Nobody here is trying to change the Constitution. In fact, it seems like you are, because you think that I should be deported for exercising my First Amendment rights. We have freedom of religion here.
You are you're super ignorant.
We have freedom of speech. Under Sharia law, you obey the law.
I got thousands of top imams saying we will make you take Sharia law. I got them at the state houses in Congress. Everyone's saying you're going to adopt Sharia law.
Where are you saying in America? If imams are trying to spread Sharia law in America? Name one imam. Name one imam who's trying to bring Sharia law in America. Where?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Name
I'm
one.
live on your.
Tell me. You said you know 20,000.
Imams call for Sharia law in
You
America.
said you know 20,000. Can you tell me any imam who wants to bring Sharia law in America, please?
Durga Muhammad Jihad.
Okay, you just want to just be stupid now because you don't have an answer?
No, I mean, my God. Listen, we're going to take this.
You don't have an answer.
You do it for us. Take this clip and then don't go too much. You just have 15 imams say it.
You don't even know one person that's trying to bring Sharia law here. Ron DeSantis parades around, hey, we're banning Sharia law. Texas, we're banning Sharia law. Alex, why do you think they're doing this? Is it because there's an actual threat of an Islamic invasion, even though they're ushering in H-1B visas, even though Elon Musk, who's also calling for my deportation, is bringing in hundreds of thousands of Indians, even though he says that white men are dumb?
Let me tell you a story.
No, before you get into a story, this doesn't make sense because you also...
Islam's not expanding. You're right.
It's not expanding in America. You have provided no evidence. The reason that you're buying this propaganda is because they're pushing this to try to justify the war that you oppose. Are you not against the Iran war?
No, it's true. It's true. First thing you said is true. Is the Zionists, Israel first, Likudnik, Ben Gvir,
just say Jews, the Jewish supremacists.
No, that particular, that's the dominant group running it.
Jews? Just say Jews.
Yeah, we're talking about, oh, God, I'm hiding from the Jews covering up. Oh, I love how I oppose the EU tyranny. I oppose big tech tyranny. I oppose the Chicom tyranny.
No, you don't. You support it. Elon Musk is big tech, and he's there calling for deportation just like you. You ally with Elon Musk. He is big tech.
I cover all of that. Now the point is getting back to this because you don't want me to nail you down on this stuff.
No. I'm telling you that you are echoing the propaganda of the people that you pretend to be against.
I knew all you would do is claim I'm echoing Zionist propaganda. I'm explaining to you. I can be against a cobra. I don't want to be put in a cage with 10 cobras or 10 vipers. I don't want to be put in a cage with 10 water moccasins or rattlesnakes. So if Israel's a cobra and Islam is a viper, you're saying, oh, you're against a viper, so you're for the king cobra. And that is not. I'm 100%. I did a 4-hour show today and spent 2 hours on Israel trying to take over our military and intelligence and being listed as the top national security.
And how do they brainwash Americans to support their cause?
But let me raise this claim. Let me finish. It's a false equivalency, apples and oranges, to say if I'm worried about expansionist Orthodox Islam, then I'm covering Zionist propaganda. The Zionists have been successful with many boomers and people saying, you must support Israel and Christian Zionists support it, or you're for Islam. I am not one of those people. I am saying Islam is a threat to the West, and so is the greater Islam.
You haven't had any substantial evidence to show that Islam is a threat in America. You said no. You said Durka. You don't even know who's trying to bring Sharia law here. And again, you haven't even
okay. You want me to go to X or anywhere? Google.
You have some actual stats. 1.3%.
Type in. I could. Oh my God. 90% of the refugees, the invaders in Europe, that are Muslim or military.
Are we in Europe or America? Are we in Europe or America?
Welfare. Oh my God. I can show 50 videos a day of Muslims stabbing, shooting, killing, stabbing babies. Are you running
stabbing babies? Are you saying Ben Shapiro talking points? Okay.
One of the Muslims' favorite things is to find a baby carriage and stab them.
Here's the mistake you're making: is that people like Elon Musk support the wars that create the immigration. If you want to protect the demographic, then don't repeat the propaganda.
I did not support either one of the Iraq wars. I didn't support putting that Al Qaeda in charge of Syria.
We support the Venezuela regime change. Now IDF soldiers are in Venezuela right now. You want a Venezuela war? That was a big mistake.
Listening. That's not what I said. What I said was in practice, under gunboat diplomacy, Barbary policies, and precedent, and the Monroe Doctrine, because they're involved in our politics around our hemisphere, and because they're communist dictatorship, you could say that this would be a legitimate thing.
Get the popcorn out, boys.
The communists and have a dictatorship, which they put the vice president in, and now they want to do that in Cuba, arrest Raul Castro, but then put the communists back in. I don't believe the U.S. should regime change and then not have free and fair elections, so I said I'm against it because they will.
So you oppose Venezuela regime change? Good. You did?
What I just said was, I said if they had free and fair elections, but they won't. So then I said that I would not support it. Yes,
well, I'm against it, and it was I was proven right. And there's now IDF soldiers there. They're taking over $2 billion worth of oil.
Oh, that's like IDF is training ICE. Where's the evidence of that? Now, IDF is in Argentina, and that's one of the biggest Jewish populations, and they are trying to take the property and the government over because I think they sacrifice Israel to create World War II scenario victim blaming.
You're saying a lot of things. Let's get to the core issue, right? Okay, so you want to protect the demographics. You don't want an invasion. You don't want foreign influence, right? Our country is dominated by Jewish.
I'm a Christian American nationalist, and white people are demonized by the left, by the Red Green Alliance, by Israel, and everybody, and I'm sick of it. White people are 7% of the world population. Anglo-Saxons are like 2%. And I am sick of being run over, and everybody's declared war on us. I'm saying, okay, then. And you want to declare war on Israel? I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're Chicom. I don't care who you are. You want to fight? You fucking got one.
Okay, so you're
games are over.
You want a war? You want a crusade? Now
don't worry. You're going to get one, pal.
Okay, then well done. You just played into the hands of the Jewish supremacists controlling our country.
Well done. No.
That's what Elon Musk wants you to do.
It's got to be cultural, so you can sit over there and fuck your daughters, and you can sit over there and you can sit over there and fuck little boys. You want your shit out of here.
The predominant demographic in Europe, I told you.
Oh, bullshit. It's 500,000 girls groomed by the Islamic.
250,000 was the estimated number. You just doubled it, and that's completely deflated.
500,000 now they had it in Parliament. And here's the other thing. We know Keir Starmer protected them. We know the British leadership are a bunch of. I exposed that 30 years ago.
Okay. So let's get to the core issue. So you established that you're a Christian white nationalist protected demographic, correct? Is that your main?
No, what I've established is I am a Christian populist nationalist.
You want to protect
my terms, who will not allow all these tribal organized groups, organized Islam backed by 53 countries, Israel backed by most of the billionaires and their nuclear weapons and all of their lobbies, and then we're told as Christians, period, whether you're black or white, Hispanic, and as Americans or capitalists, and particularly as white, that we're the devil, and we got to shine shoes and bow down to Black Lives Matter. I'm not bowing down to anybody except Jesus. I'm done.
Okay,
done.
Cool.
And if you want a war, you got one.
Nobody wants a war. They want you to start a race war so that they can continue justifying their war.
No, it's not. It's going to be a cultural velvet revolution. The new Renaissance, the new crusade will be the energizing of team humanity, led by the central pillar of Earth, the West, the superior system that developed almost all the modern technology and systems that's been hijacked by scum.
Okay, cool. Take a breath for a second. So you want to protect the West, right? Let's stick to one issue. Do you want to protect the West?
Yeah, and I saw you support Black Lives Matter. I've seen you gunning down.
I saw you.
Oh my God!
When you lied about Sandy Hook there, and then now you're getting sued for $1 billion for saying.
I didn't get sued. Judges found me civilly liable.
I saw you say crisis actors, and then you
were found guilty by judges with $1.5 billion judgment and all of its pure crap. And I'm still in the air. LShow.com.
Okay, so do you want to debate or you?
And there you go. I know you're from Connecticut, rich boy.
No, not.
There you. A lot of people went to school with you. There you are. There you.
Yeah, no, I did. I was in Connecticut. When I had to go home. I had to go home on Sandy Hook.
My son's co-host knows you.
I know. Your son, he does a podcast with somebody.
His co-host knows you from Connecticut.
Relax. I know. You're not saying anything we don't know.
No, about you.
Calm down. I was born in New York City, and I grew up in New Haven, Connecticut, and I had to go home from school when Sandy Hook happened, that school shooting.
And you support a Democrat talking point.
Okay.
You know all I did. You know all I did was interview a few people that said it didn't happen. I had a few debates. And Google searches from when it happened to when they sued me didn't exist.
I'm only bringing this up because you want to
brought it up. There's a way to demonize me. There was $300 million.
You're the one demonizing me and calling me a jihadist terrorist. You want to actually talk about an issue, or do you just want to chip out and yell all the time? Do you want to
chipping out? Yes. Yeah.
You are. You are chipping out. I mean, for a white nationalist, chipping out.
Great. Difference. Intellectual gravitas and tens of millions of people that support me behind it.
Okay. Great. Congratulations. So do you want to protect the West or not? Do you want to have this conversation?
Oh, yes, sir. I want to protect the West.
Because you can see that deporting me is stupid. I'm exercising my First Amendment rights. I'm practicing freedom of religion, and I'm not declaring war. You're the one declaring a cultural war, whatever. I don't want war. I'm against it. So you want to protect the West. What is the number one issue? Who is dragging us into these wars that destroy the West, Alex?
Israel and Jewish charities.
What propaganda do they use to get Americans to support?
They say that Iran wants to destroy them, so they do that. Well, they blamed Iraq with WMDs, which was a lie. The Project American Century from April 2000, cooked up by Netanyahu and neocons in the Bush administration before they got in, was a stage of 9/11 attack that would kill 3,000 people as a pretext to take down 7 Muslim nations and establish a greater Israel for a Pax Americana. Iran would be the final country to fall. Wesley Clark also exposed that. I exposed it back with time.
So essentially, they demonize Muslims and they say radical Islamic terrorists. They use words like jihad, is the one you're saying right now. They demonize Muslims to justify war and say that there's a war on terror that needs to happen, and Muslims are blowing things up. You were one of the first people to expose that 9/11 was a lie. Clearly, you know that there's an overwhelming amount of propaganda towards Muslims that justify war. So why then go and repeat that exact propaganda that drags us into these endless wars that destroy the West that you love so much?
Let me answer your question. It's a false equivalent. Islam is expansionist. We need to control the immigration from the countries. We need to not incentivize and let jihadis run around and let all this foreign money out of.
You're not answering the question.
Let me finish. $27 billion a year out of Qatar and all the rest of it. I'm against the Israeli money, the Qatari money, the Chinese money, the EU money, the globalist money, the Rothschild money, the BlackRock money, all of this stuff coming in and controlling us. Islam is one of the things.
He's against all the money.
So let me finish. Israel sits there and twists what Iran does. Some of it's true.
Let him finish, damn it.
They're horizontally set up. They're not going to fall. It's going to destroy the economy. It's a trap for the midterms. It's for Israeli expansion. And so I'm against that. And I was against attacking Iran. I was against Midnight Hammer. And I said this against into a full war. So just because Israel uses that, their own false equivalent, to say support us, we're fighting Islam, when really they stir up Islam. They founded Hamas. Netanyahu doubled their payments. He ordered to stand down October 7th. Now he's using what's left of Hamas and let them set up a legitimate government. Israel's admitted 20 years ago in the news that, we put Hamas in so the Muslims would be violent, so that we'd have a pretext to destroy them. Now Turkey and Israel overthrew 2+ years ago Syria. They put the leader of Al-Qaeda in charge. I'm totally against that. It's disgusting. Operation Ajax, the CIA and British intelligence over Mohammed Mossadegh, who was pro-Western in Iran. They then worked with the Ayatollahs to actually help them come to power. They did the Iran-Contra deal with them. And so expansionist Islam at its highest levels isn't controlled by the West, but works with them. And it's just as Machiavelli, just like Jimmy Carter helped set up. No. I'm saying Israel works with Orthodox Islam, and they all double deal.
Israel is allied with Orthodox Islam?
You know Israel founded Hamas, right?
Yes, they never gave him $35 million. They create Hezbollah too. They create terrorist groups that they demonize.
Qatar made Netanyahu 2 years before October 7th sign an agreement and admit he was giving them money, but he wanted to hide it to give to Hamas to carry out what they did. And they thought they had a deal with him.
Let's stay on track. So the major issue, you brought the Rothschilds, BlackRock, Netanyahu. Israel takes the majority of our tax dollars to bring us into endless wars, correct?
I've said this. Israel currently is the most dangerous, dominant group with Section 224 of the NDAA Defense Authorization Act that says dozens of times, integrate, merge, lifetime feeds, marry the U.S. military. That's been Netanyahu and his surrogates. Mark Levin, all of them. Marry and the U.S. ambassador, or the Israeli ambassador to the U.S. really is Mike Huckabee. We're going to take the whole Middle East. Israel's going to take over. We're going to live in the Middle East. We owe everything to Israel. Yeah, it's a cult.
Okay.
They right now, to secure control of our foreign policy, are openly primarying everybody like Messi, and now saying we're the masters of the universe. That's a quote, and we're going to run you, and we're going to control you. And Netanyahu 2 years ago, shipping the Gazans to Europe and the U.S. Right. So yeah, we destroy their countries and then ship a bunch of pissed off Muslims.
Freedom of religion, as long as you're my flavor of Christianity.
Right.
Nobody said Muslims aren't victims of Israel.
You're against the Gaza genocide because some people are now saying that they don't care and that they want Americans to be kicking butt and committing the genocide. You're against the Gaza genocide?
No, I don't. No. When I say a new crusade, I mean cultural, not putting up with Islamic expansion, shutting down the immigration. I do not believe in genociding Muslims because most Muslims are not even bad people and are very nice people. It is the jihadis, as the UAE is pointed out, that are coming into the West.
Okay, there's a lot of things. I'm trying to stay on track. What does jihad mean, Alex?
Jihad means following God's orders and carrying out the holy war. There's family, there's political, there's charity, and there's military.
No, it doesn't. Jihad means the struggle of faith. Smiling.
And the struggle of faith is the types of jihads. You're playing games.
Do you want to see jihad right now, Alex? Smiling. Struggle of faith, doing what's right, doing what God wants you to do is jihad. Not watching porn, being a good person. This is all jihad. They take these words and they misconstrue them to confuse people and get them afraid of Muslims to justify their wars. If you don't want the West to be destroyed, then don't echo their propaganda. You understand? Alex, one second. You went over a long time. Alex, hold on.
Yeah, stop destroying their country systematically with sanctions and bombings and everything else the CIA likes to fucking do in the Middle East with Israel. And maybe they want to flee their homes.
Alex, 100 years later, they had most of the Middle East and parts of Africa and expanded all over the place.
How nice would it be if everybody's country was nice enough they didn't want to fucking leave? You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, I can't believe they're trying to help people from South America when they're trying to immigrate here. Yeah, go fucking fix their country and talk about stemming the immigration problem.
Islam launched the war. You started the fight. You started the fight 1,400 years ago, pal.
A crusade. Alex, let's stay on point. Okay, the Iraq War was a mistake, correct? Weapons of mass destruction didn't exist, right?
Yeah, and that was to take out a former CIA operative who'd actually been put in there and launched the
Iraq War. Repeat stuff you memorized. Weapons of mass destruction. That was the pretext of the Iraq War. They were not found.
That was wrong. I didn't say Israel and the globalists are going and blowing up the Muslims and attacking them, and then you having the Jewish and Catholic charities ship them all in here pissed off so that they can have Chertoff put big body scanners in and grab our kids' testicles and vaginas at the airport.
Are you good?
Yeah, are you good? Are you chipping out?
Okay.
You just got slogans, man. I am pissed off. They brought in a bunch of radical, pissed off Muslims to create a crisis so they can take our liberties and freedoms and bring in all the Palantir surveillance. I understand that alien dialectic, a problem reaction solution.
Okay. We need to establish some things if we want to have a conversation. What is the most...
You establish the rules of the game.
The Muslim population in America is 1.3%. Only 8% of the immigrants are Muslim. It's predominantly coming in from Catholics, from Mexico, Hindus from India, and the Chinese. Elon Musk, the guy that's amplifying you, is behind this. He banned a lot of people for opposing his H-1B visas. His team is predominantly comprised of Indians through H-1B visas. They made it clear, and Trump just said that he wants to go to war to defend India. They're okay with immigration. They're not anti-immigration. They only pretend to be by demonizing Muslims. The Iraq War, you said this was all a lie. There were no weapons of mass destruction. George Bush said war on terror, war on terror. Turns out there were no weapons of mass destruction. This war was a lie. And you're much older than me. Throughout the entire 2000s, what were they saying? Radical Islamists, jihadists, terrorists are taking over. But if you look at the country, nobody's trying to bring Sharia law. You can Muslims are 1.3% of the population. The war on terror, that was a complete farce. Netanyahu himself said that he was one of the pioneers of the word terrorist. If I say the word terrorist, people know what that is. They know what it looks like. They don't know the definition. Just like the word jihad, which you don't know the definition of.
Yes, I did.
So no, you didn't know the definition of jihad was. So don't repeat the exact propaganda.
Practicing Islam.
If you want
listen to the groups.
If you want to, Alex, if you want to protect,
you even said I didn't know what God's will was. Listen, let me make my point here.
You made a lot of points. Let me finish real quick, and then you can go. Is that fair? You've talked most of the time. If you want to stop the endless wars, if you want to protect your demographic, if you care about Christian values, then looking at the Muslims who are 1.3% of the population in America, when we believe Jesus is the Messiah, we believe in the Immaculate Conception, we believe in the Virgin Mary, we believe that Jesus will return. Maybe focusing on energy and saying that you're going to declare a cultural war on Muslims is a distraction. Maybe that's not helping the cause. Maybe saying, oh my God, they're trying to take over when there's not a sort of mass immigration coming from Muslims at all. This is helping the Israelis that are destroying the West and not actually helping you. If you want to protect your demographics, then stop repeating what they want you to say. Don't say jihadist and don't call me a terrorist, call for my deportation when I'm exercising my free speech rights. You are playing into their hand. And if you want to talk about the immigration in Europe, why do all these immigrants go into the UK? They come in predominantly from Syria, from Afghanistan, from Iraq.
Same thing with communism.
Of these that the Israelis create. And the propaganda.
Name one fucking communist in power in America. You can't.
That they feed good Americans and brainwash us with is that radical Muslims are taking over. So don't play into their hand and repeat these. Don't repeat and echo these fear-mongering lies that only help them out and destroy your demographic. If you care about Americans, you care about whites, and you care about Christians.
You repeat that 8 times. Why'd you say in that viral video that the cities are all going to be like this if God wills it? Because the Muslims vote as a bloc, and you got Europe on average about 8% Muslim now in many of the areas. In the cities, 20, 30, 40% is the dominant group. Now in the voting bloc. Why do we have Sadiq Khan in London? Why do we have Mondami in New York?
Questions. You want me to answer?
No. I'm stating no. The Muslims are the swing vote, and they know that with the Democrat socialists to be able to dominate. And I can believe
they're only 1.3% of the population. What swing vote?
Thousands of imams in Dearborn, Michigan, and Houston, Texas, and everywhere else in Plano, Texas, saying we're taking over. Everybody sees those videos, buddy. Just like when you said we're taking over, and now you're in the, I'm a victim. Come on, you're being mean to us.
I didn't say that.
You have been a victim of the neocons in Israel. Okay, and
Elon Musk, the globalist that you're outlining with, is bringing in H1B, the richest man in the world.
I like the fact that you're pro free speech. I don't really Elon Musk does.
You don't want free speech if you want me deported for using my free speech. Actually, you're against it. It sounds like you're demonizing Black Lives Matter. You kind of sound like a woke liberal. You kind of sound like a woke liberal with the woke mind virus if you want me deported for using my free speech.
I responded to that.
Yeah, because you're actually using the strongest form of censorship. If now the richest man in the world is saying that I should be deported for free speech, especially when he's an African migrant. So if you actually want to protect
what we're saying is,
you ask me a question, why did I say this? You ask me a question, why did I say that?
Dude, we know your plan.
You ask me a question.
Your Quran, and I'm telling you, you're going to lose.
You ask me a question. No one here. This is the psyop. This is what they plan to do: is pin the Christians and Muslims against each other so that they can repeat their endless wars. It worked before. Don't let it work again, Alex. If you're opposing
I'm not supporting Israel and going to war for them.
No, you are supporting Israel. You are supporting Israel.
With you and the Democrat Socialist and Black Lives Matter that you supported, and all the stuff that went on.
You're the trying to get me censored. If you,
I've seen you say it. We were really violent.
I saw you say that the crisis actors in Sandy Hook, and look what happened. If you want to add on, so let's say
oh my God, Sandy Hook. Oh God, you got me.
Let's say a point. I went home from school that day actually because you were talking about my childhood. You said, why did I say?
I hurt you as a little baby.
You said, why did I say if God wills it?
Did I hurt you?
Okay,
Did
Alex.
I do something to your poopy?
Well, no, you got the trillionaire to try to put a target in my head. So yeah, well done.
Oh my goodness, you're just showing your teeth, throat slitting.
We don't cry about white genocide. Don't cry about.
No, I'm your friend. Hey, the Quran isn't a battle manual to take over. Come on, there's no imam saying that.
I don't want to hear you cry about your demographic place. Oh no, America's getting destroyed. Oh no, the globalists are taking over. Oh no, America's getting replaced.
Our world right to dominate the planet. No,
the West is getting taken over. Oh no, there's immigrants here. Oh no, immigrants are here from the wars that I caused.
For 700
immigrants coming from the wars I caused.
Hollywood allied with you. Oh, the Crusades just attacked the poor little Muslims.
I didn't say any of that. You're arguing with your own head, Alex. You're delusional.
I said Hollywood does that. I said Hollywood does that. I didn't say.
You said Chi-Coms control Hollywood. Didn't you say the Chi-Coms control Hollywood and not Jewish Chi-Coms?
No, what I said in the full clip was I read a Wall Street Journal article about how China was like the 10 biggest Hollywood production companies had bought a controlling interest in 6, and China admits they're funding a lot of the anti-Western, anti-white propaganda. China is heavily allied with Hollywood, and they're anti-Hollywood.
This is why the demographics are changing. This is why the West is getting replaced.
In Hollywood, China doesn't control and own big parts of Hollywood. Alex Jones says China doesn't. Are you kidding me?
The Chinese. I mean, this is why the West is changing, because when you spread these lies that the Chinese control Hollywood, people get confused and you mix the truth with lies. You say some things are true and say 10 lies.
That's an old white supremacist attack on me that I cover China. I mean, look at brain dead Mitch McConnell's wife flees to China as a no Chi-Com agent, and you look at Fang Fang and Swallows Well and all the Chinese spies. Are you saying China geopolitically is not our main military adversary? It's not the main spy force.
I said China does not predominantly control Hollywood. I didn't say anything about.
I'm going to say this very slowly to you.
You said
I'm going to say this very slowly. Wall Street Journal, like 15 years ago, did an article about how China bought a controlling interest of 6 of the 10 top Hollywood production companies. I didn't say they were the producers. I didn't say they were the directors. That's mainly Jews. And I said that in the full show. So just like I did an hour on accuracy with scientific studies and clips, and then said I don't want to put chemicals in the water to turn the freaking frogs gay. The media only showed that 10-second clip, not me showing all the studies. And of course, I was proven right.
Yeah, kind of like you when you flip up everything and try to make me sound.
Are you saying China does not have a controlling interest? I don't know what it is now. In a lot of U.S. media.
According to predominantly Jewish supremacists, you're messing up the conversation by redirecting.
I constantly talk about the anti-Western, anti-white, anti-Christian.
If you want to protect this country, then talk about the main issue, Alex. Don't.
Is he smoking a real cigarette?
Nick Fuentes doesn't go on Piers Morgan and big shows about Israel when he does. That's just not true. That's this thing of I talk more about Israel than you do. No, I just talk about all the major power blocks in the world. That's what I do.
And you're confusing people when you say globalist.
Anybody watching can type in Chinese interest in Hollywood production companies. China funding anti-American stuff. China.
That's old school.
Universities via the Confucius Institute.
Got to keep his voice perfect.
It's a whole other subject. Let's stick to the main subject.
No, you create a straw man that I said China controls Hollywood. I
didn't say strong. I said you're confusing the conversation. You're just making people focus on things that are not extremely important. The most important issue.
No, I didn't bring up China in this conversation. You just did.
You brought up a million things in 5 seconds because you don't want to stick to one topic because you just want to misdirect.
You're not controlling the debate. Is what's happening here.
Well, the debate is about you calling for my deportation.
Israel worked with Hitler. The Zionists worked with Hitler to not let any Jews get out that wouldn't give them part of the money. The Zionists give the rest to Hitler. Madeleine Albright's dad was one of the main guys that ran it. George Soros was a low-level guy who went around finding Jews get their money. And they worked with Hitler to only let Jews get out to what was going to become Israel. And Israel hired top SS officers to set up the Mossad, and they hired top Nazi assassins to set up the Mossad. And they never really hunted down Nazis, just like the U.S. government shipped them over here. And then Israel blew up synagogues all over Spain and all over the Middle East, and blaming on Muslims, and then get Jews to immigrate to Israel. And Israel founded and created Hamas. And Israel works with Al Qaeda, gave them field hospitals. And so see, that what I'm saying is secretly behind the evil scenes, you've got Islam working with Israel in a big sick plan.
Islam's working with Israel?
Yeah, not Iran.
Islam's working with Israel.
Definitely Saudi Arabia.
I'm not trying to get a clip. Are you saying Islam?
Definitely UAE. Yeah,
Islam works with Israel. The UAE is not representative of Islam. The UAE is not the caliphate.
Israel back Al Qaeda in Syria.
Islam is not working with Israel. Islam is a religion. The people make mistakes. The leadership has clearly betrayed the Ummah. We agree. We know. But don't misconstrue it and say that these are the people that are taking, this is the government of Islam when they don't follow Sharia law. The UAE, they have
Sharia is the governance of Islam. You said I was wrong. You said it yourself.
The UAE is the governance of Islam?
No, I just said Sharia.
Syria?
Sneaky.
Sharia is the...
I know you think you're...
What government are you... Okay, so you're afraid of Sharia law. What government is practicing Sharia law that's threatening America?
I said that's the governance of Islam is Sharia.
Right. What country is threatening America with this?
Oh my God, here in Austin, they handed out Qurans. Had little girls wear hijabs. Parents and said you need to adopt Sharia.
Handing out Qurans is...
They're the city council's trying to get Sharia. They have their own police forces in Michigan that were popping up saying Sharia. You said don't tell your story. I'm going to tell. My wife was at HEB at like 9 o'clock at night a couple months ago. And a Muslim in a nightgown, wearing the traditional outfit, comes up and says,
oh God.
At night you could get... And like got in her face and was yelling at my wife. I mean, I can see 100 videos in the UK where they're bitching and saying, don't bring your dog to the park. And the liberals go, yes, we need to ban dogs. The Muslims don't like you. I don't trust anybody that doesn't like dogs. Sneeko, what do you think of dogs?
I like dogs. Like, Alex, you want to have...
You're not a good Muslim.
The whole point of this conversation was that
you were violating what Muhammad said. Unless a dog is used for sheep, it is not halal. It is bad. I want you to reject Islam right now. I want you to get a nice French bulldog. Okay. You can have a dog. It just doesn't need to be in the house licking your face and in your bed. Just keep it outside. You can have a dog. If you want to know about Islam. The whole point of... I just told you about Islam. I just said.
This is kind of... What did you say, Joe Rogan? I'm kind of retarded. Like, this is kind of retarded right now.
No, that was me quoting Socrates, was Aristotle. I know that I know nothing.
Okay. We're going all over the place. The whole point of this is that you called for my deportation because you're upset about what I said. And you asked a question, you went on a million tangents. You said, why did you say that you want people to become Muslim? For the same reason you say every knee will bow, every tongue confess. You want people to have goodness. I don't want to force anybody. I don't want to spread it by the sword.
You said every house will be under this.
Inshallah. Inshallah. God willing, people will know the truth. This is the same statement.
Like you have big balls.
Return the freaking frogs, gay.
That's from Team America. Because I saw them drop fire on my goats. That's why I knew I'd do a jihad on their ass.
I mean, like, be real for a second. I mean, you're a funny guy. Do you want to make a change? Like, do you want to use your platform for good?
I think I'm gonna be like Muhammad and have 30 black dudes ride me.
You don't even know what you're talking about. If you don't want to make stupid insults. This is like saying that the Holy Spirit was going to astaghfirullah come on the Virgin Mary because you don't know how to translate or read it properly. You said it, you read it twice. You don't know anything about Islam, bro. You don't know what jihad meant. I'll tell you about it if you want to know. Did you know that?
So under Islam,
did you know that Jesus was
does it
Messiah?
say in the writings that if you are a herder and there is no woman, you may take a sheep or a boy. Did you have the thing with the dancing boys?
You read the Quran on Facebook from boomer slop that programs evangelicals. Boomer slop. Yeah, the boomers that are in mega churches saying God bless those.
Did the mayors put all these mayors in that?
You didn't read me the whole time. You didn't read me the whole time. This is the same boomer slop that convinces Americans that God must bless those that bless the state of Israel. This is what Mike Huckabee is saying. They're saying I'm a mere boy.
I don't believe that.
Ted Cruz is posting about the IDF on July 4th. Clearly, the influence is coming from one place.
Clearly, Netanyahu and all of them said in Huckabee, we owe Israel our existence, and all that's not true. I've covered it all.
Okay, and the American government, people like Randy Feiner saying ban Islam. Laura Loomer, Jigsaw, this lady is saying ban Islam.
Why heard you and Laura
Jigsaw?
I heard you and Laura Loomer might be dating soon.
There's no way you're even a serious person. Like, did you? Would you?
Oh, I'm not a serious person.
You do that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Look, I don't know if that has aura. That has aura. Become Muslim. Abdul Alex Jones. Inshallah, Alex Jones is Muslim.
You wear the burqa again? I saw you in that latest video where you're like wearing it like a woman.
It's a scarf. It's a scarf. It's like wearing like a woman. It's not a hijab. Also, how do nuns dress? You're like insulting the hijab. Trump is posting kindergarten girls.
Those are women that are chasing that have decided to go into that life.
Yeah. So are the hijabi girls.
Oh, they want to. Oh, so Saudi Arabia women don't have to wear the hijabs?
Yeah.
Well, since the crown prince started reform.
Yeah, it's a choice. They choose to wear it. It's not a trash bag that they force people to wear. Women can choose to dress modestly.
Under Islam, her word is taken as half of that as a man.
Her word is not taken half. You want to be?
A woman's word in court is taken as half as strong as a man's.
Well, I mean, look at the West. You're complaining about the demographics being changed. Happy wife, happy life. How's that going? What's your birth rate?
Well, you certainly did.
How's liberalism going on? You want to protect America? How's that going for you? The white race?
You got the liberal women supporting you.
Yeah, but how's that going for you? Because you hate Islam so much. Like we can have 4 wives. The women are beneath the man, not beneath, but the man is the leader.
Hey, don't worry.
The man is the leader in Islam in America. The man leads.
Women start squirting when they hear you say they're beneath and they love you and talk about you. They're just here's the West has been too nice to women to the extreme. So
yeah, but you have no solution. You have no solution to it.
Tell the white liberal blue hair women, tell them you're beneath me and they're just gonna have orgasms and just go, oh God. Yeah.
Holy shit.
You have no solution to it. I mean, you're afraid of the hijab so much, but your birth rate's declining. Feminism.
It's unhinged. The whole thing's unhinged.
I got 4 children, and I think I'm gonna have 4 more. So don't worry.
That's great. Most of them don't, because liberalism is rampant. Because you guys are so afraid of Islam.
I live by what I say. Like, that's it. I have at least 10 more. I admire Elon. I have 100 kids.
The majority of Western people that follow you and the majority of people that are afraid of Islam, they don't. Conservative values are decaying everywhere.
Because they're too busy watching football and living in their own world. Please don't equate the average, brain dead Westerner, whatever color they are, with me.
Okay, so what's the solution? Because Sharia law you're so afraid of. How are you going to solve this birth rate?
Man, all I know is I've been to Europe, I've been to London, I've been all over, and I've seen how the Muslims behave. I remember going to London like 20 years ago, I've been there before that, and I would just be shooting video Big Ben, and Muslims would walk by and say, "You don't video me, you blah blah." And as soon as I went F you, they were used to cut British bowing down. Oh God! And so
you had no answer to what I said. I asked you how are you going to solve the birth rate problem, and you just have no answer.
No, the answer is the great part is liberal leftists aren't having kids, so they're escaping themselves no matter what color they are, and so we're speaking out, we're talking about it, and we're pushing that. But to say that the West is committing suicide because of decadence, that's a normal part of the cycle. We're coming out of that cycle in the fourth turning. Hard times make strong men make good times make weak.
So you want to bring conservative values back, correct?
What I want to do is bring the life force back and realize where we are in the competing systems and expose the different competing systems so the general public can make a choice through free will what system they want to join.
Free will is why OnlyFans is rampant. Free will is why feminism is here. Free will is why the body count for the average 20-year-old girl is equivalent to...
Oh, are you against free will?
What? Look, if you want to have some sort of conservative law, if you want to have a birth rate problem, don't cry about the birth rate and then say Sharia law.
I'm talking about law. I'm talking about free will in general, being able to have your own freedom.
Of course I want free will.
Freedom to be educated, informed, and touched by God, by the Holy Spirit, by Jesus Christ, to then be a light and salt in the world. To say free will creates evil, well, that's because free will you choose good or evil. Free will is the great gift God gave us, part of consciousness.
Yeah, I'm not against free will, Alex. You're not understanding what I'm saying. Liberalism is why the birth rate's declining. And then people like you love to have the boogeyman and say Muslims are taking over even though they're 1.3% of the population. This is not...
You're 2 billion people, you're expanding, you're having more kids than anybody.
Yeah,
so maybe you should take over. Listen, just because we're sick and a parasite is coming in, a Stone Age monotheistic religion that enslaves women, and I'm supposed to embrace you. I'm supposed to embrace you as the answer.
Women in America are slaves to Jewish supremacy, telling them to open up an OnlyFans. This is what is the dominating ideology here.
And I post that, and I publicly speak about
so
that.
So a page out of our book. There's 2 billion
We're discussing Islam right now. You want to talk about Israel? Let's go.
No, I want to talk about the birth rate problem. And this is all tied in because you're so afraid of Islam. Clearly, we're doing something right if we figure out how to have children and you guys can't.
Well, you even have higher birth rates in the West because you go sign up for welfare and become welfare queens and sit around in your nightgowns all day.
I mean, they never talk about the welfare happening in Lakewood, New Jersey, where they are having their own hospitals.
All the Jews are milking it too.
Absolutely, and that doesn't get talked about. I mean, look, Tyler Oliveira.
I talk about it.
The other guy, what's his name? Tyler, Nick Shirley, he gets invited to the White House for exposing the fraud in Minnesota. Tyler Oliveira exposes the fraud in New Jersey, and he gets banned from Israel.
What about the marrying first cousins over and over again, and the fact that very small percentage of Muslims...
Cousin marriage is allowed in the Bible, too. More boomer slap, Alex. Cousin marriage is allowed in the Bible. You know that? There's so many similarities between Christianity and Islam.
There's a new covenant. So
yeah, everything, most things he complains about for being part of Islam or whatever are also allowed in the fucking Old Testament of the Bible.
First cousin marriage.
They're pretty fucking close.
We have far more common.
Having 2 eyes on the side of your head like a flounder?
Most of the incest is coming from people that want to keep their ethnicity the same. They think that they can't spread, that they have to be within their own. Incest is rampant in Israel. It's not rampant in the Muslim world.
There's a lot of their paranoia and mental illness. And so Islam has that with royalty and with Judaism, a lot of inbreeding.
You still haven't answered what is going to be the solution to fix the birth rate. What are you going to do?
Well, what's the solution for you to fix the record number deformities of Pakistanis and others?
That's completely. You're just being more sloppy.
So you endorse first cousin marriage, even multi-generational?
So Christian, cousin marriage allowed in Christianity.
I know.
If you want Christian law, you agree.
That's the problem.
You're acting like Christianity and Islam are very different.
Tell people in West Virginia, hey, quit screwing your sister.
Okay.
Hold on. You endorse multi-generational first cousin marriage.
I just answered your question like 3 times. I support Islam. Islam is good. We have a solution.
So is it good that Muhammad married the 9-year-old?
Is it good that Rebecca was married to Isaac at the age of 3? This is in the Old Testament. Is it good that you can go pay 50 shekels for your slave in the Old Testament because you believe that? Is it okay that you woman and then become your wife? This is in the Old Testament.
Moils, perform circumcision with their teeth? No.
Okay, but all this is also part of Christianity. You're acting like there's all these differences. It's not.
No, the New Testament is a new covenant and changes the Old Testament.
Lakewood, New Jersey had a problem. It's still going on, but maybe like 10 years ago, where these 15 Orthodox Jewish couples were defrauding the government out of like millions of dollars and spreading it through the Jewish community. It still goes on there. Tyler Oliveira made, basically, you know how they did the Minnesota Somali video? He made one of those, but for like Jews in Lakewood, and got a bunch of hate for it.
But there's a new covenant in the New Testament where we don't have all that.
Yeah, but you also acknowledge that
it was a bunch of like rage bait and fucking interviewing the same way they did the Somali people, right? Interviewing a bunch of retards that say, my mama's sister's cousin saw him eating geese out of the park kind of deal. But still, they praised the Somali video, and the same exact people condemned the fucking New Jersey video.
Islam, you follow the Old Testament.
You follow the Old Testament. So this is part. Do you not know what Christianity is?
No. You specifically say it's just as important as the new.
No, we don't. We say it's corrupted. We say that rabbinical Judaism.
By the way, you say Jesus will return at the end of the world. We all fall asleep and die. That's not what the Bible says. But you do not say Jesus is the Son of God. So you're not saying Jesus is the Messiah. That's not true.
Jesus is the Messiah. He's not the Son of God. He doesn't have a dad. His dad is not God. Do you want to talk about something real? Okay. Look at how upset you got about me saying, Inshallah, the world becomes Muslim. There was a Jewish celebration for the Antichrist in Times Square last month. The day after the Times Square prayer. Maybe you got upset about that. They're chanting, we want Mashiach now. Do you know what the Mashiach is?
Why do the Muslims block highways and do their prayers?
I can't even make a point without you misdirecting. Is your whole thing just confusing the conversation constantly?
I'm not confusing the conversation.
Is that your whole thing? Every time somebody gets to a point, you say Chi-Coms and something else so that nobody can make sense.
Chi-Coms.
Okay, I'm saying something and you immediately just don't want to listen. You just immediately misdirect.
Go ahead. Tell me how sweet the Muslims are. Go ahead.
I'm not. I'm talking about.
We love our Somalis. We love our Muslims.
In Islam, Jesus is known as the Messiah.
Oh, they so good.
A prophet and messenger of God, just not the Son of God. He's not considered divine. The tradition around Islam even predicts that he'll come back and defeat the Antichrist and establish peace. Like that's super similar to Christianity.
Oh, they so sweet. I'm going to stab your daughter at the mall. Ooh, going to stab your son, your wife. And the police chief is going to say, we love our Somalis. We love our Muslims too. Oh, they so good. Oh, they so sweet.
What the fuck just happened?
Sneeko. You so good. Stab your son, your Somalis.
I'm saying something and you immediately just don't want to listen. You just immediately misdirect.
Go ahead. Tell me how sweet the Muslims are. Go ahead.
I'm not. I'm talking about.
We love our Somalis. We love our Muslims too. Oh, they so good. Oh, they so sweet. I'm going to stab your daughter at the mall. Ooh, going to stab your son, your wife. And the police chief is going to say, we love our Somalis. We love our Muslims too. Oh, they so good. Oh, they so sweet.
You don't hate me.
Sneeko.
You want to hate me. You want to demonize me. I don't know what it is, but come on, man. We're not that Christians and Muslims. We're not that different, Alex. We have a common objective. We want Jesus to return.
Yes.
We do.
Lower your defenses. We mean you no harm. Don't protect our facts. Don't run. We are your friends. Wait,
you're the one calling for me to get deported.
I told you that was rhetorical.
It was retardable.
Retardable.
That was stupid. Like you can't just say something and then backtrack completely. The entire frame of this conversation is based on
rule the planet.
What does that even mean? What does that even? What do you mean? So you're just saying nonsense knowingly? You're just saying slop to get people enraged and spread fear mongering intentionally?
Sneeko, I did 4 hours before this. I'm doing you. You're coming on my.
Are you drunk right now?
No, unfortunately.
What was that in that cup?
That's iced tea. Some.
Come on, you put a little bourbon in there.
No, it's iced tea. Bring me the Rudy's iced tea. If anybody's down here out of the thing, I actually want some more of it. It's non-sweet Texas iced tea.
Are you on Ozempic?
No.
No. You got help. You know you lost some weight. The bald look is it's not bad on you.
I got fat. Thank you. I'll do it. This is what I'm on. See this? This is not what you get Jack Daniels out of. Yeah. I'm not really a whiskey guy either. Back when I used to drink. That's how I lost so much weight. I'm on not drinking. That's what I'm on right now.
You're not cloning, right? You got to beat the cloning allegations.
And then I got this too. Topo Chico.
Sparkling water. Yeah, you played that clip with your friend Andrew Tate saying that I tried to have sex with him 4 years ago, and then he continued to do streams with me for 4 years. What was that all about?
Well, you did say that you thought you were gay when you were 14.
You said that you thought Blair White was attractive and that God works in mysterious ways and that your genetics thought that was a real woman. I was saying that this is from a comedy podcast from when I was 14 years old.
My main show.
You're putting over about 14. You're the one saying you were bricked up from Blair White from this man. Conservative values. Why are you getting horny from a transgender?
I was explaining that why are the transgenders saying it's a woman when they dress like big fat demon clowns to take over the thing of women?
Your phone background was Blair White in a bikini. This is a transgender man.
Well, I've never been with her in a bikini. She was on the show, and I said, I understand there's some men that feel like they're women, and I know there's chemicals that...
that sounds kind of woke you. That sounds a little bit leftist.
That's why I had Blair White on like 12 years ago when he first transitioned, and I said I thought it was destructive, but I don't hate those people individually.
Oh, Blair White champion LGBT. That's good.
No, Blair White...
You're an LGBT champion.
I'm not going to throw Blair White off a building. I'm not Islamic. The point is that you're not letting me talk. You're like, oh, God, Blair White, we have the secret thing.
You're trans people.
No, what the point of having Blair White on is Blair White says keep away from the kids, don't have it at schools. I've been at a comedy club before with Joe Rogan when Blair White uses the men's bathroom. And my issue is that the chemicals in the first month of the embryo forming atrazine doesn't just been frogs or birds or other things, but mammals. It actually changes cells in the brains. So people literally become hermaphroditic in their brain structure and in their bone structure. So they're not really female, but it bends in that direction. I've said give them testosterone to bend them back and growth hormone. Like when you have a midget, give them growth hormone. Or if they have acromegalia, you can block that or do a surgery in the pituitary. So I was saying that it really is people are being born like this because they're being bent by the chemicals that are in all the studies. The atrazine alone at allowable levels bends our genders. And I was saying that you're not an ugly, gross, horrible goblin man who's actually attacking women's spaces or trying to be in women's sports. And that I don't single out people like you that really think they're a woman. I don't think you're a bad person because I do not want to throw homosexuals or trans people off of buildings. I do not believe they should be killed under Islam. And so you're right. But you found some
champion the LGBT. I mean, imagine if you dedicated 1% of that energy about transgenders towards
Sneeko is a piece of shit.
So much further.
Man, listen, I'm against men and women's sports. I'm against recruiting kids in schools. I fight that. I spend a lot of time on that because the system was pushing it. And then I spend a lot of time on Islam, a lot of time on Israel, a lot of time on China, a lot of time on people being lazy, people not being hardworking. I mean, I cover it all. We don't here 4 hours a day. So I don't know what you're talking about. You jump around here. I've always said I don't hate homosexuals. I don't hate trans people. Okay, I don't sit there and judge them for that. Okay, that's the media goes, Alex is a right winger, homophobe, blah, 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 blah. I am a populist, conservative, Christian, but I don't hate people. Listen, here's my deal. It's just as big a sin that I lust after women. It's just as big a sin that in my life I've been very promiscuous. I've done sins way bigger than gender bending. A lot of people have choice. When I was younger, the left always goes, God, he admitted this. He's a hypocrite. He's against abortion now. It's like saying I committed murder and then I went to jail for it hypothetically and now I'm against murder. When I was younger, I lived with a blob of tissue and I paid for probably 6-7 abortions I know of by the time I was like 18. And then I repented of it and stopped doing it. And the next time I got
he did the 6-7.
So that's how that is. I said, I'm not judging people without abortion.
You watch Sneeko. Hold on.
I'm doing it and now I'm against murder. When I was younger, I lived with a blob of tissue and I paid for probably 6-7 abortions I know of by the time I was like 18. And then I repented of it and stopped doing it. And the next time I got pregnant, I got married to her and had 3 of my first kids. So that's how that is. I said, I'm not judging people without abortions. I know you got tricked or you didn't know. You need to soften your heart, repent and say you're sorry, and now save others and give money to groups that tell women that they can pay to help have another kid and have it adopted. And I've donated money to that. And I've done that to reprove myself in front of God. And I've told the story of how I killed 6 or 7 of my children and it tears my guts out to now know what I did so that people that have done that
he did it again.
Way out of it and God will forgive you for it. That's the same reason I've had Blair White on a couple times.
You killed 6 kids?
Why in the show?
You killed 6 kids?
Yes, I've murdered 6 or 7 of my children now. I'm murdered.
Yeah, you kind of sound like a jihadist terrorist that you're afraid of. Killing 6, 7 white babies?
No, I mean, when I was promiscuous and like 15, 16, 17, 18, I got girls pregnant and then sometimes I give them $300. I take them to Planned Parenthood and he wants out a car. And then one time when I was 18, my dad was in my room and found a Planned Parenthood receipt for $300. He said, quit killing my grandchildren. And he said, by the way, you're getting out this week. I got a job, I have money. He literally said, I'll help you get an apartment. He co-signed it. I was out of the house in 2 days and I didn't talk to him for 6 months. And then I had nightmares about it. I realized it was wrong, everything else. And then I stood up, I protested 100 times in abortion clinics and I supported anti-abortion groups and I stood up for the right to life groups. I've exposed the baby organ harvesting.
You know what would never happen under Sharia law?
I've been a sinner and I've been wrong and I've done things and I've admitted I've been wrong. Okay, others have been wrong. And understand that they can fix themselves with God and with Jesus.
Okay, under Sharia law, that would never happen.
Oh my God! I mean, there's Sharia law says if you just apologize later, if you're, it's all okay. Listen, here's the deal. I did this hour with you. I've got to go do headlines.
Christianity basically says if you just apologize later, you're all good, right? You could be a horrible fucking serial child rapist, puppy killer, and just ask for forgiveness. Done.
I got to go work on a bunch of stuff here with the network we're building. But you said you're coming on my show tomorrow, right?
Yeah. What time do you want to come on?
Hey, will you go grab Scott or
also, when you
was sneaky. What time? Noon Central.
Sneaky.
Noon Central. Okay, I'll try to get up for that. Last thing, you said that Ye was on 5 hits of MDMA on the Tucker Carlson show when he went there and said that there's a lot of things he loves about Hitler. That's like he wasn't on 5 hits of MDMA.
I didn't say he was on 5 hits of MDMA. I said he looked like he was. He pulls up. First he gets there, and we take him to this hotel. He doesn't like it, so he goes somewhere else. And then he shows up 2 minutes before the show starts in a mask.
How'd you know he was on MDMA if he had a mask on? You couldn't see his face.
Oh God, you just disproved me by interrupting.
But he had a mask on. How did you look like?
Go ahead, tell me. You asked me a question. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I mean, you didn't interrupt me literally the entire time. But
I know, but you just asked me to tell you a story.
No, I just wanted you to explain how somebody could look like they're
2 weeks ago, I said Ben Gavir, when he's beating up flotilla women and men on camera, looks like he's on 5 hits of ecstasy. He always does. He's completely psychotic, megalomaniac. I don't think he's actually on 5 hits of MDMA. What I said about Ye was, I'm telling a story. He pulls up 2 minutes for the show. He gets out of the mask. He has a net and a Yahoo chocolate drink. Net Yahoo. He says, I'll just wear it for a little while. I said, fine. He comes on. He does like 3 hours. Then he wasn't going to eat. He goes, I haven't eaten a day. I'm fasting. He goes, I got to have a salad. I got to have a salad. So we take a break. He brings in a salad. He pulls the hat off, and his whatever he was on were like just solid black. I mean, like people like in the conference room, and he was like, and I was like, whoa. So he's admitted he's had drug issues before. And I didn't see him take MDMA. I was just guessing. And, okay, and I said it looked like he was on MDMA. Okay, so that's what I said. I'm not trying to be mean to him. I was trying to put him down. He looked higher than a kite, and so that's what I said.
Okay. Let's
I just talked about. Yay, how Hitler got everything. I mean, I don't give a shit.
You see everybody else.
I don't sycophantically. Ye's calling these long conversations. It's already long conversations. I don't give a shit. Okay, I don't give a shit about any of this stuff. Celebrity, none of it. I just tell it like it is. AlexJonesLive.com, Real Shows on X, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Wait, I'm not going to come on unless you say that I should not be deported for exercising my free speech rights. Come on, that's an American value right there. I'm a real patriot for exercising my First Amendment and my freedom of religion.
Well, under Sharia law, it bans most of our speech and creates a monotheistic tyranny. And so,
I never said I want to practice American values. I believe in the Constitution.
I think anybody trying. I already told you that it was rhetorical, just like what I said, Piers Morgan. And I think if you don't like how America is viewing imposed, I think you should self-deport to one of these Muslim dreamlands. Why? Okay, so that's
self-deport. Again, too, maybe talk a little bit about how Elon Musk is on the Epstein files. Remember when you said that Trump was not releasing the Epstein files?
Listen to me. I literally have a bunch of work to do.
Oh, so okay, go ahead. You had all these 4 times about Blair White. I'm going to hear and say Elon Musk said that Trump was not releasing the Epstein files because he was implicated in them. Then he shows up with a black eye doing the Illuminati black eye ritual, and then he goes back on the Trump team. That's weird. And now he's amplifying you trying to deport me. That's anti-American.
Did you know? Okay, let me just answer that. You'll say I got off here and not answer that. About 6 months ago in a hotel room, it's dark. You forget where you're at sometimes. I wake up to take a piss, and I walk into a wall. And cut my nose and kind of bruise my eye. And then when I get back to Austin days later, I never put makeup on the show except this. I went, oh my God, they'll send an Illuminati ritual. My eye is black and my nose is cut. Okay, people get black eyes.
That's not the important part of what I said. It's
no, hold on. I was just addressing the last thing you said. Oh God, I'm dodging again. We can spend an hour on this tomorrow. And I'm not Elon Musk apologist, so that position he put me in is not who I am.
That sounds like it.
Boom, back to the same bullshit. So what I'm saying is this. He comes out and says Trump is in the Epstein files back in June or whatever, before
June 2025, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't say this is terrible. Then Trump goes for saying release it to a cover-up. I've exposed that. He's known Mossad. I was one of the first ever exposed.
Elon Musk was in there.
And then Elon is not on there. Elon is not on there.
He was all over the emails. He was trying to go and have the craziest party. He wants to let loose.
You're not letting me finish, man. You asked a question.
Well, you're saying things that are incorrect. He was emailing Epstein saying he wanted to go to the craziest party. He wants to let loose. He's been really stressed.
I haven't even gotten to this yet.
He's telling a story about the hotel room and fraud before you could just, you got a little...
No, you brought up that crazy schizophrenic thing that anytime somebody has a black eye, it's an Illuminati ritual.
Okay, that's the least important part of what I'm saying.
I know, you said it, not me, buddy. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
And then don't do another question at the end to keep me on here. That's another dirty trick. We can do 2 hours tomorrow. You want to say whatever you want.
Well, let's stay on topic because you went to a million things. Let's have specific
we'll start with Epstein tomorrow. How's that sound?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm in the Epstein files. You know that?
You were mentioned, but you weren't communicating with Epstein.
No, exactly. Well, I wasn't defending you on there. I was being attacked for attacking Epstein.
Yeah.
And I'm in the WikiLeaks with the Clintons and the Globals attacking me.
I know.
And I'm in all the secret FBI and Crossfire Hurricane and Arctic Frost and Obama putting him into national security surveillance as a top threat because I'm not a Fed. I don't work for Israel. I don't get money from Qatar or anybody else. I am 1776. I'm not even MAGA. I'm 1776 Americana. Now, obviously, Elon was kicked out of the White House. Elon is not on the big AI board that Trump is on. Elon did get his head of NASA later. He got really upset about Doge not making the real cuts and getting run out. And he said, yeah, you're on the list, and you're going to cover it up, which Trump then did. There is Elon talking on there, because Epstein was the head of the Rockefeller Commission. I didn't even know that until I stuff. I knew he was powerful, because David Rockefeller brought him in 1990 when he was 30. And he was standing up with Rockefeller, the founder and creator of those powerful groups. So Epstein wasn't just a super gopher. He was the main Rothschild representative, their ambassador to the world. And so everybody was talking to him. Everybody was dealing with him. And so I don't give Steve Bannon a pass. I don't give Elon a pass. I don't give any of them a pass, except with those guys about political power, money, talking to the Trilateral Commission. With Trump, he's actively blocking 3+ million more files coming out. So that is terrible. Epstein was Mossad. All that's bad. And I think Elon should respond to all of that. But at least he got pissed up front and said that. But him talking about, going to globalist parties or being around these elites and making money. Nobody's ever said Elon Musk for anybody. Nobody's ever said Elon Musk is underage girls. Nobody's ever said any of that stuff.
I'm just saying,
I didn't try to act like he's, I'm not an apologist. I've just never seen anything there. But with Bill Gates, it's how we get rid of the poor people. There's all this stuff about slaves being delivered to the hotel and eating people. Right. And we didn't know those excise names. And I'm all over Trump about it. And I've broken with Trump over that. So,
and it's strange. Let me respond. It's strange that somebody who was saying Elon said he wanted to go to the craziest parties on the Epstein island. He wants to let loose and just go wild. Now he's all up in arms about Pakistani grooming gangs. I find that strange. That the guy who's saying Trump's covering up for the Epstein files is now pushing the slap for
exterminating whites. And I think he legitimately for the West. He's pro-human.
He's bringing in H-1B visas. He's saying that white men are dumb and that he wants more Indian H-1B visas.
I think that was Vivek Ramaswamy.
No, I have this tweet right here. Elon Musk says white men are dumb. That's why he doesn't hire them to work for X. Look at his SpaceX team. It's all Indian. He's not pro-West.
He said white men are dumb.
Yes. You want to see? Can I share my screen? You want to see before you leave?
I don't remember that.
Okay, I'll show you right here. I came with the receipts. Can you see it?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not like the aficionado on Elon Musk.
Look at my, if you go to my stream, I have it right here. I'll send it to you. Well, I'll read it to you.
He said we're dumb, yeah.
Yeah, white men aren't being hired anymore. Elon Musk says, yeah, we're just dumb. Allegedly. We're just dumb.
It's a joke. He didn't say white men are dumb. He said, oh, we're dumb.
Oh, it's a joke when it's Elon Musk, but when I'm at a World Cup game, I'm declaring jihad on America. I'm trying to conquer. I'm a caliphate.
Well, I'll give you your emotional. Okay, fine. You shouldn't be reported. Listen, my point is Vivek Ramaswamy wrote a big thing about lazy Americans. And certainly, statistically, there's some of that going on for any multi-generational.
It's almost over. Just wait.
People that are middle class are wealthy, they get decadent. But in general, it's an overstatement. It was kind of nasty. But no, him responding and going, oh, yeah, bro, we're just dumb. I don't take that. I'm not an apologist for him. AlexJonesLive.com is the new website with all the feeds and everything else, and Real Shows on X. Sneeko. I'm still banned on YouTube. I'm still banned on most places. I'm at rebel.com/AlexJonesLive. I've got the whole system after me. I had federal judges find me and state judges.
I was banned everywhere too, Alex, but I was one of the few that was reinstated. I got banned. I remember you made a channel, but YouTube reinstated. You want to know why? Because I said the Trump election was rigged in 2020. I was against the COVID vaccine. You're trying to call me a BLM wokey. I said the vaccine was going to cause myocarditis, and YouTube gave me a strike, and then they apologized.
Okay, we can have a discussion.
Yeah, you don't seem to understand. I've been doing this. I've been everywhere, Alex.
We're gonna get violent and tear stuff up. Let's make sure it's political. I don't believe in offensive violence. Listen, I'll see you tomorrow. Sneaky.
Hey, come on, Alexis, say my name.
Alexis.
You call me sneaky. You call me sneaky. Let's say my name correct.
Snacko. Snicklets. Snooper. Snicotic. Is it Sneeko?
Yeah, there you go.
Sneeko the Pinko Islamo.
And leave the Muslims alone, man. Trump's putting a target on these Somali kindergartners for wearing a job. Leave them alone, bro. I mean, did he not kill enough girls in Iran at the Menob school with the double tap Tomahawk missiles?
I was against the war.
Yeah, he was attacking like these Somalis.
I'm not Trump's apologist.
Like, there was just a terrorist attack, these white nationalists, these Mexican white nationalists.
I'm not Islam's apologist.
These Mexican white nationalist cat boys just tried to shoot up children in a mosque in San Diego. They just tried to shoot up a mosque in San Diego, and there was a martyr that stopped them.
Oh my God, that was like 9 angles, weren't even white guys.
Yeah, they were. I read the manifesto. They're Mexican white nationalist cat boys. So
Durga Muhammad Jihad.
Stuff like that is getting people hurt. If you want to see,
I like your balls.
We know.
I was going to do a jihad on his ass. You should come to Austin. We should Mystery Science 5000 and watch Team America together.
I'm up for it. If you don't be disrespectful Muslims, I didn't say anything about you.
I'm just being honest.
No, you're not being rhetorical.
What do you want me to tell you I'm your friend like the Quran says and then stab you in the back?
The Quran doesn't say that. I'll be friends with you. I'll be friends with the Christian and Muslim. Muslims can be friends, man. We can be friends. We both love Jesus. We both think he's returning. We both believe in the
Do we all die after Jesus comes back?
We all die after Jesus comes back. There's a day of judgment, but he's going to...
No, we all die when Jesus comes back. We all just go to sleep.
No, it's not what happens.
Jerka. I'm not being mean with the Muslims. It's fun. Hey, how about I become a Shiite with you? We take swords and cut our heads and for 8 hours and just march you.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Or I could be a megachurch Christian with Kenneth Copeland drinking my blood. I could be with Erica Kirk shooting fireworks off my ass and twerking. You want me to do that? You want me to drink blood with Kenneth Copeland on stage?
Erica Kirk with shooting fireworks off my ass.
Fly around with like Louboutin shoes.
No, you got sex of Islam that are crazy.
You with Erica Kirk shooting fireworks off my ass and twerking. You want me to do that? You want me to drink blood with Kenneth Copeland on stage? Fly around with like Louboutin shoes.
No, you got sex of Islam that are crazy. Just like you got Christians, with rattlesnakes.
Yeah, so don't use the small minority to demonize 2 billion people.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weasel from Connecticut, the mighty Mongol, the amazing, all-powerful, sneaky
Allahu Akbar!
Nico.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Hey, I'll give you this though. You getting in the ring with the middleweight heavyweight champion, you did take a lot of punches.
Did he knock me down, Alex?
I gotta give that to you.
Did he knock me down, Alex?
He beat your ass, dude.
So Sean Strickland, UFC middleweight.
You don't even have a brain.
So what makes you think you can deport me? So what makes you think you can deport me if Sean Strickland can knock me down, huh? You can't stop me. I'm coming.
Tell me. I'm coming. Durka Muhammad.
Allahu Akbar!
The slavery that we take over this slaves.
And inshallah, you become Abdul Alex Jones.
Look at Alex.
Take care, Sneak. We'll see you.
Salam alaikum, Alex.
Live.com is where we begin.
Salam alaikum, Alex.
Assalamu alaikum. Marry your cousin. It's so much fun.
You really have, like, I'll see you tomorrow.
I just want to wear a nightgown. It's the style.
Yeah, what do you think Jesus wore? You keep doing this. How did Jesus dress?
No, I don't like that.
You said I follow a foreign religion. Wait, Alex, where's Christianity from? Where's Christianity from? You said I follow a foreign religion. Where's it from?
It's from the Abrahamic religion. Durka Muhammad Jihad.
Wow.
It comes from your Jewish supreme leaders. It comes from Abraham. You are the bad son. You are the bad Islami. Bad Abraham say. You are not the chosen. No good, Sneaky. You are cursed, Sneaky. You are cursed to wear a nightgown and marry cousin. Bye, Sneaky. I love you.
Hey,
What do you think Jesus wore, bro?
No more abortions, huh?
Dude, I agree.
No more abortions. Leave Blair White alone. Leave that young boy Blair White alone.
King of the snakes, Sneaky.
Leave Blair White alone.
His name is a sneaky snake. All right, we love you, Sneaky.
See you tomorrow. Salam alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes. Oh my God.
How fucking insane. How fucking insane was that goddamn debate, dude? This craziest debate I've ever fucking seen. Was it a debate? I don't know. Alex Jones is like, he's like, one time I was in a hotel room, everything was dark, you forget where you're at, I ran into a wall. Like, I don't know. It's just fucking insane. It was fun to watch, though. I hate them both, but it was fun to watch. All right, guys. It's after 2 a.m. here. I stayed on late so you can see the rest of it. Thank you guys for joining us. Somebody remind me tomorrow to cover this video about Elon Musk threatening to sue people for bringing up the, what would you call that? The estimates that he killed potentially millions of children through the stuff that he did with Doge and talking about suing sitting Congress members. Somebody remind me that. That's where he parked. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Support the show if you want to. And I'll see everybody on the next one. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Love you. See you. Bye. Elon Musk killed Doge babies. That's right.
Douchebag.
That's where he parks, chat.
Particular show. You don't have the fork and balls to call out the people on this planet.
Have a good night. It was fun to watch, even though
who they are and telling the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the fork and balls.
Even though both sides kind of suck. Now maybe Bort knows who Sneeko is.
Here we go. I think I started
This leftist is screaming about jihad in New York City.
placing them bets. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up.
This is what Mom Donnie did to New York City.
Some shit. Piss them off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set.
Look at this,
Love, cause you ain't seen nothing yet.
Look at this fat ass fucking groundhog at my house. Look at that bitch. Look at that. That boy is thick, dude. That's a thick boy.
Rockets. I strapped them to my shoes and then I flew to the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and
Ryan says we should try to tame it.
on his shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing? It's a stop. Fucking stop. Dude, come on.
Good night, guys.
Seriously.